Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing a little bit of a mixed start for North American stock futures this morning after a bit of a positive showing to the week last week, although we did have some negativity overall with continued spiking coronavirus cases, unfortunately, throughout certain states in the U.S., including Florida, seems to be the hardest hit at the moment. We had more than 45,000 new COVID-19 cases reported on Sunday alone in the U.S. That is a single-day record since the pandemic started. More than 9,600 of those 45,000 coming from Florida. That was on top of 8,500 plus reported on Saturday. So a little bit of a mixed start, cautious start to the week as far as futures are concerned. We'll get to that in a second. Boeing shares are sharply higher this morning. Recertification flights for the grounded 737 MAX jet set to begin later this afternoon. So positivity surrounding suppliers as well for Boeing. You want to look at Spirit Aerosystems. We'll get to that. SPR. Luckin Coffee shares moving to OTC markets starting today. We'll have a look at that symbol, LKNCY, over on the pink sheets. Some airlines showing strength to start the new week. They were leading the way to the downside to end last week on the concerns over the spiking COVID-19 cases. We'll also get U.S. pending home sales data for June coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. It is Monday, June 29th, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at a bit of a red start to the trading week overnight in the APAC region. You can notice at the bottom of the board, guys, we have a brand new position board this morning. So we'll get to that. Looks really great. Asian markets overnight a little bit negative. Let's shift over to Europe and have a look at things are shaping up so far throughout the European region. A bit of a muted start to the week. Some positivity here, though, right across the board. Let's have a look at North America and see how things are shaping up. Bit of a mixed start here as well. The NASDAQ has gone negative. It was positive when I sat down this morning. You can see Brazil's open, trading up about 1%. Bitcoin to the downside. We have crude oil higher and gold also in positive territory. Lots to get to coming up this morning. It's been a busy start to the week. We have a lot of individual names that are moving around in the pre-market this morning. Good morning, guys. Yeah, look at that brand new, well, it's off now, but brand new position board at the bottom of the screen starting this morning. Looks great. It'll show all of both Neil and Sean's positions.
Yeah, look at that long already, guys. It's already rolling.
There we go. It's Sean already in workhorse. But yeah, lots to get to this morning, guys.
100%. It's going to be an active week. Of course, it's only 4 days this week with the U.S. holiday on Friday, but no shortage of names moving both upside and downside today. So you got a lot of gappers. You have a lot of good price action so far this morning. Going to be a lot to get to. A lot of exciting announcements also as well, Brandon. And by the way, nice shirt, my good brother.
We didn't plan that very well this morning. We should have called each other, but exciting developments, exciting announcements this morning, starting today for the entire month of July, guys. We're going to have a sponsor for our guest trader of the day segment. There it is. Lewis Daniels watches from the UK. Every single guest trader that comes on for the month of July going to get a Lewis Daniels watch. So very exciting. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. We got lots to get to in the pre-market. Yeah, it's very exciting. Before we get to individual names moving around, let's get over to Valeria and say good morning.
Good morning and hello everyone. I hope you had a nice weekend and I wish you a great trading day. Guys, sign up to our daily watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. And of course, please support and like this video. I'll see you later. Back to Brandon.
All right, guys, let's jump into what we do every single morning at this time. The top 10 traders here at Day Trade the World from back on Friday, obviously. There was the Russell index change that happened at the end of the day, but impressive numbers. If we jump into my screen, guys, once again, to end the week on Friday, you can see 33,000 coming out of these markets here. A little bit of a mix. That's interesting to see. Some Europe, some U.S. markets. You can see here's all Europe, top to bottom here, 22,800. So another great day. You can see 5 figures right through the top 5 here. 5 figures across the board. Once again, back on Friday. Let's have a look at a few things that are moving around in the pre-market so far. Boeing, the big news so far. The FAA reporting that starting today, representatives from the FAA with test pilots from Boeing going to start the recertification flights for the grounded 737 MAX jet. This kind of came out of nowhere a little bit. I mean, there was rumors circulating a couple of weeks back as to when this was going to happen, but looks like starting today, guys, we're going to get some 737 MAX jets at least back in the air for testing anyways.
Yeah, comprehensive testing over the next 3 days. They have a big flight route planned. They're doing all kinds of maneuvers, and they're going to test that system that failed before. So, obviously this is a big, massive stage for Boeing, and the fact this is coming in, you're seeing us gap to the upside here, about 5% right now. But heading back up to this 180 mark, it's certainly a nice, interesting spot for Boeing here. Potential break. There is a bit of a seller at 180 in the pre-market, and it's holding this tight little channel here. So first stop, see if we can take this out, head towards 185. I did have that sort of written down for a potential break in Boeing. You might catch a little bit of an earlier move through 180, however. So this is big news for Boeing, and I think this story will continue to have legs as this sort of continues the next few days. Watch to see the progress. Of course, if they have any kind of minor pitfall with these tests, obviously the stocks can be very sensitive to that. So keep your ear to the ground.
Yeah, just wait to see what winds up happening here, and we'll keep the news going. It's not really doing too much. You see Boeing here right now, 136,000 shares to buy. It's gonna the market's gonna open up relatively meh, I think, today. We're up only 0.2, so we're going to wait to see what does happen. But right now, Boeing, you can see 138,000 shares. Let's just wait to see what does happen here on that name. And, the levels are there. So, I mean, Neil just gave a good little rundown there. I like 175 if we break that to the bottom. If my chart loads up, there it is. 175, we did have a dark print near there. We did close about 170 on the daily chart for Boeing. I don't know. I mean, not much happening again. There's that 171 little crack, but you're at 179 right now. So looking upside 184, 184.50. Let's just wait to see what the news is, but that's very positive if you're a Boeing shareholder, obviously. So we'll see what happens today. Up another 5.5% so far, Boeing.
Another tie to that story, guys. SPR, Spirit Aerosystems, their biggest supplier, also I noticed moving around in the pre-market on that news. Let's go over to Workhorse Group. Big mover last week. Collier Securities researchers out this morning increasing their full year 2020 forecast for the electric vehicle maker. Still looking for a loss, but a penny better. So 38-cent loss versus prior forecasts of 39-cent loss. Their recent quarter, if you remember, for Workhorse, they actually reported a profit for the first time. So nice look for Workhorse today, guys. WKHS. We saw, yeah, you can see the position board at the bottom there, Sean. You're already in this one.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of this one to me, a little bit of a no-brainer here. We see how much it goes up and down on Friday, and then today you have 1150 right here. So I was just gonna, play in front of it. So I sat down and right away bought, and then I even mentioned, in my Twitter here, guys, that we would possibly have a reload. So we did talk about right down here, reloading our Workhorse position right here. Long Workhorse now, stop at 50 with an average possible in. So there it is. Join me on Twitter. You'll get this trade. I gave this to absolutely everybody today. Here it is, 1177 if you're able to trade pre-market. There's my in. There's as promised, there's the reload, and here is the falling money. So right now, we'll take it, we're still in, we're in the money 20 cents. We've taken out 40% right now. So let's just see what happens. Workhorse to the top side, just giving it to 1150. It's pretty simple. If we get crushed out in the, at open, then 1150 is where we will get out. If not, let's go higher, higher, higher. These names want to run. We can see what these names will want to do. On Friday, if you bring it back, you see a big move up. I think it was $6 or $7. We crashed up to 1020. So let's wait to see. There could be more movement here on the north side. I know they just did release their truck on Friday there. So let's just wait to see. They're using, what, a former GM plant. So we'll see. Workhorse, I do like it, man. Electric vehicles, obviously the taste of the month.
Yeah, you're seeing a few of these related names run to the upside. Workhorse, I was looking at 1150 as a break to the downside. Anything above that price, I think the shorters are going to be sort of staying away or feeling that kind of pain, guys. 1225 is another good key price. We're going to have a watch. There was a bit of a seller at that price in the pre-market. If it gets through there, a run at that high in the pre-market at 1260. So watch out for those breaks off the top, 1225, 1260. Below 1150 is where I'd look for a short. I wouldn't be shorting it unless there's a parabolic move up, and then maybe you can catch something on the way downside.
All right, guys, Gilead showing a little bit of relative strength in the pre-market this morning, higher by more than 2% here with the market, as we said, basically flat to start. They came out over the weekend with pricing for their remdesivir, their potential treatment for COVID-19, saying they're going to start at $390 US per vial, which equates to about $2,340 per patient. US-based private insurers, however, are going to pay $520 per vial, or the equivalent of $3,120 per patient on a complete treatment. So big pop here this morning. I think the positivity here, they were actually expecting this, guys, to be a lot higher than this, I think, from what I was reading.
Yay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a win for the drug companies, I guess, and for the American people, and I guess people in general there. Gilead coming out with remdesivir pricing, $2,300. I mean, look, it's nice to have insurance. We know, I don't know enough about the insurance program there in the United States. Here in Canada, we don't really have a problem with that because our taxes are through the roof. But right here, Gilead up 3%. Nice to see, but guys, I mean, I don't want to say this is not a great stock to trade, but you tell me if this is a good stock to trade. I mean, look how choppy this is. This is from March. I mean, basically, we're right where we were February 27th again. We did get as high as $88. This is when they thought they solved the whole world. That was about here on that remdesivir. We came in that one day. It was up 15, 20% before getting hammered right back down and then hammered down again. So like every little green ding, 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 ding is followed by red, right? And so here you go, ding, 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 up, bang, bang, bang. So here we have another one. So watch out for some downside movements, but it's nice to see that, hey, look, maybe there's a treatment here that's obviously it is working somewhat. So let's just hope that Gilead and remdesivir can keep on going, very, very similar to Workhorse, which is now 41 cents in the money. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. What's up, Neil?
Yeah, Gilead for me, sell through 76.20. That was the first level I looked at. You can also look at this one in the pre-market, 76.40 as well. That entire price range, short through the even. You've seen what happened on the daily chart there. It's just every time it gets to the top end of this range, 77, 78, it turns right back around, especially on positive news. A couple of people have asked in the chat what happened to Luck and Coffee. They're on the pink sheet, as Brendan mentioned. I believe the symbol, if you're looking, LKNCY, that's over in the pink sheets. Also, Chesapeake is going to be gone as well. So that name, Chapter 11. So a couple of people asking in the chat. Two names that you can't look at if you don't have access to the pink sheets, and Chesapeake just gone altogether.
I'm going to add another one to that list. Cheesecake Factory also declaring bankruptcy. So I believe that one, I'll look up the symbol on that one, but also gone as of this morning if you are looking at Cheesecake Factory. Let's go to the airlines, guys. American Airlines announcing over the weekend they're going to start booking flights to capacity once again. Starting this week, getting away from any kind of social distancing measures that were in place when it comes to taking a flight on an American Airlines plane. Delta also coming out saying that an additional 2,500 pilots could be notified this week about further furloughs when it comes to cost-saving measures for the company. I had Delta up a little bit earlier. You can see we were higher up here, 2750 got tagged, but already fading some of these moves. As a group, though, some of these airlines showing some strength this morning.
They really are. I mean, just sort of looking at what's happening, the last couple of sessions going into the end of the week here, bottoming out on American specifically at about $12 and then a bit of a turnaround. There was a breakout at this same price if you want to go into early June. So, not completely insignificant here looking at this $12 attempted bounce, at least on American Airlines. If it's going to make a break, I'm already looking at a breakout through $12.80 or so. You can see it was a pivot on the way down. And then watch out. This is the chop that we're in the pre-market. This was a Friday high about 1250 or so. So nice pivot area that it's in. If it holds that, breaks through 1280. Again, it's not an endorsement of the airlines, but a little bit of positive news here. You can get a potential break through that 1280 mark. I think run you into that $13 range. Needless to say, 1250 is not going to hold a pivot area like that, being the afternoon high from Friday. That can be a nice base of operations for about a quick little scalp short below that price with that 12 support that was forming at the end of the week.
Guys, here it is right here, workhorse right now, 70-cent winner to start the morning off. We are getting, I don't know, I'm waiting above 30 here, just above 30. It just did crack through 25. These are kind of key pivot points. I'll probably get out a little bit more. We still have half on workhorse right now, busting up to 25. It looks like this could be a little bit of a pivot. It seems to be stopping here. What was the high? We did get as high as 30. We did get as high as 37. That's where I'm waiting right here. Actually, I'm waiting at 38. So we'll wait to see if workhorse can do it. But already, guys, a nice little, we don't want to get slaughtered here, but already a nice little 65-cent win for all you people watching and trading along with me. Make sure you follow on Twitter. But yeah, we'll be looking at the airlines. I always like to let them settle themselves down a little bit before we get going on them. There we go. Come on, let's go, workhorse. Make that high and let's get us out for a nice little 75-cent winner. We're waiting at 38, so we'll see right there. That's us sitting there. There it is. Yes, sir. Bang. Alley-oop to the market there. Nice little, thank you, Robinhood traders. There's 75-cent winner. Okay, we're talking about airlines. Boeing was 135 not too long ago, has been bumped up, so let's just keep looking at that. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit preoccupied here with a 75-cent winner to start the morning on workhorse.
All right, guys, there's a big one to the downside today as well. We've talked in the past about what happens to a stock when FDA does not approve pharmaceutical companies' treatment. ICPT in that category today down about 40% here. Back below $50 after a liver treatment for liver disease caused specifically by obesity was denied approval by the FDA. So big one to the downside. This is a relatively big company. It's a mid-cap company. I mean, it was $78 back on Friday. Trades decent volume, so we're back below $50 to start the day today.
Yeah, I mean, this gap's literally all the way down to the most obvious sort of support level. If you looked at the daily chart there, back in March, this was the bottom right here at 47.50. It just gapped and then slid all the way down to this price. It's been relatively stable. You sort of look at the action in the pre-market on good volume. It's really not moving that much if you consider how massive the gap is. So, you know, you're going to have to see 47.50 area. Well, it looks like 36 is the low. You'd have to see that break for any further action to the downside. I don't know that I love the gap fill in this little play here unless we're maybe through $50. So inside of that range, let's stay away from it. See if it can't break down any further. If it wants to fill in the gap, maybe there's a potential sort of scalp breakout trade through 50 only because of how big that actual gap really is on ICPT. So it's going to be in play. 900,000 shares is good. Down 37%, obviously a massive move to the downside. But I don't like it in between 47.50 and 50. If it breaks that low of the day, sure, we'll go short and then look for a quick little scalp trade on a 50 long, guys.
Yeah, 47.50, great short ICPT. We'll take that as well. But right now, 84 cents in the money on this workhorse. We're waiting to get out. So, I mean, look where we've gotten out, guys. Some at 12 there, some at 12.15 or so, then again at 12.40. Now we'll wait for 12.75, see if we can't make it a clean $1.20 or so on this one to start the day, but it's been a big day. We'll start to floss it off right here as we go. ICPT, I love that 47.50. I like the name coming up better though, Brendan.
Yeah, let's go to Facebook, guys. More companies adding their names to the list of companies pulling ad spending from social media platforms. Starbucks, Coca-Cola, Hershey's now all included in that group, pulling ad spending from Facebook and Twitter, also mentioned in this story this morning. So we talked about this a little bit on Friday. We saw a big flush on Friday. Yeah, more negativity here this morning, guys, for Facebook, down about 3.5%.
Yeah, maybe Zuckerberg will actually address it directly at some point. You feel like he has to do that. There's not a heck of a lot if you get past like that 203 mark to about 200 in terms of support on Facebook. So, you know, watch to see if it can hold that price area if you get any bigger of a fall. Obviously, this is going to get enticing for a lot of people. At some point, it's already down over 10% on this sort of recent boycott news, although I don't think it's done. It's starting to go international. At some point, they're probably going to have an actual response to this, and we'll see how it definitely goes. but I like this one for support at about 203, 200 to 203-ish to the downside support. Otherwise, from there, I mean, if we break that, you could see another one of these massive down type days if we can't hold that kind of a price in Facebook.
Yeah, I like the long 210.50 or so here. I was a buyer of Facebook I'm talking a long-term account here. So investment account, I'm a buyer of this name on Friday. Obviously, you get another discount today, down 3 and a bit %. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, they haven't addressed any situations. Hopefully they will. This is going to be very political. We're in a political year with the election coming in November. So we'll see their involvement there. But yeah, look, guys, 207, this bottom price, 207.50 here, that has held a little bit in the last half hour. So if you did want something, 207.50, I'd rather let it, for anything on the downside, I'm going to let it open up. So, but on the upside, I do like 210.50. Let's just see how much the market does want to sell this name off. We do have its brethren here, Twitter right now. So Twitter right now down a very similar I guess it was 3.5%, 3% right now. This is in a very, very tight range as well. Look at Twitter on a daily chart, guys. We dropped from 37, wow, all the way to 28. So this is a big drop in 2 weeks here. The president was aiming directly at Twitter not too long ago. They kind of brushed that off. But now with this news here, a lot of companies suspending social media sponsorship and advertising, period. So we'll see if Twitter can, I like this kind of level here, 27. I don't know if we get that low today, but if Twitter can breach 27, then look out below, guys.
Okay, let's go over to Cody, guys. A couple more minutes here to go. I want to make sure we get to Arun to have a look at the futures before the open. COTY, we talked about this one, I want to say a couple of months ago. There was rumors floating around about a possible deal from Cody and Kim Kardashian. They have now made it official. $200 million, guys, for a 20% stake in Kim Kardashian West makeup brand. They announced at the beginning of this month that the deal was becoming a little more firm and closer. It's the second deal, obviously. The younger, I believe it's the Jenner that has a deal with Cody as well. So big time positivity surrounding COTY today.
Yeah, 100%. You saw what happened, of course, last week at the end of the week with Gap there. A little bit of a different story, but still getting a nice little bump is Cody above this sort of 475 mark. I think there's a decent chance you can find some support. Just looking at lower pre-market volume in and around that price, holding rather nicely. I just saw, a name we'll get to, IBIO hold 250 on similar consolidation. So if we can break out of this one, make a run at that 5 even, use 475 as support. On a pullback trade, I wouldn't short anything until we either take out 475 or get some kind of a big parabolic or bigger move to the upside. It already gapped nicely, but that doesn't mean you can't pick some up in front of that 475 area. So I like this one above this price. Below it, I'm probably going to be a bit of a short seller, and we're going to be taking the breakout not just at 5. I did have written down 530 is a bit of a level on Cody, so a 5 even break gets you to that price. 530 would be a secondary breakout.
Getting some questions here about Nikola. I read the story earlier, but I can't remember what it was. Nikola's up 7% today, so I'll find out about that one. Anytime this stock is up, needs to be talked about and traded. 250,000 shares, making moves to the upside. I don't think this was on our. Yeah, it was not on our watch list, but oh yeah, $5,000 reservations for trucks already. They sold them out, I guess, or getting close to that. So we'll see. Thanks, Brendan, for that one. $69 out of the upside, Nikola. Obviously, this is a name. I'm already in Workhorse, so we already love the electric vehicle space, but 68.50, possibly taking that level out here. Let's just see, what did it do on Friday? Wow, we got as high as 73. Wow, what a move down. See, this is the thing. Like when you're trading and hosting and doing all these crazy things, you miss some of these moves. Look at this move on Friday, guys. $69 all the way down to 62. What a bargain that was. Now you come in today. Let's see, you did have some troubles right here at 68, 68.50. And then on the upside, anything that we broke, 69.50. So yeah, 69. Let's go long Nikola through 69 today and see if this 7% can hold up. I'm putting the order in right now, guys.
Yeah, it was a pre-order starting today. $5,000 pre-order starting today at, I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern, but they don't even have a prototype yet, and they're already selling pre-orders for their truck. So that was the news on Nikola. I want to talk about KTOV, guys. Ketov Pharmaceuticals, big mover last week, gave you all kinds of opportunities, multiple days last week. Up again today, guys. $35 million private placement announced this morning. So higher on that news?
Kitov? I don't know. I mean, I was trading Kitov yesterday on Friday, and it was pretty good, man. We broke through. I'll show you the level that I traded, and it was actually a pretty good one. Was it Kitov or was it something else? I'm not even sure. Kitov, yeah, 118, 120. Actually, no, it never broke that 120 level. And then today, now we open up above it. So that's what we're looking at. 140 was the top here today, up 8.6%. I mean, look, these are just one of those names again, man. When the volume comes spiking in, you got to watch out. If you are short, or look out for 120. That's all I was going to say. If you're short, look out for 120. Probably a retracement back into that zone. And if you want to go long, then hit it with me. Probably here 133, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at this 140 Thursday's top, big time reversal on that price. But in the afternoon, it basically flushed right midday. Of course, you had some news come out that time and big volume spike. So watch 140 on the upside. There is a ton of support and shop from Friday at about 110, guys. So you got to watch out for there to be support there on a 125 or 120 area break. But 140 to the long side if it breaks. Below this 125, there might be a small short opportunity for you, maybe 10% worth of a return in there. But only 4.5 minutes to go here. I think we're trying to get to a room, right, Brendan?
Let's have a look at the overall market. We'll bring in Arun. Good to see you, Arun. Welcome to a pretty flat Monday. First one in a while that we've had pretty muted action here. 3,000 back on the table once again today.
Yeah, it's that 3,000 level is going to be quite interesting for today, because I saw on Friday as we were getting down here, there was a ton of buying, and then when we gapped underneath overnight, and then we get back above it, and then we try to test it again, there's a ton of buying in this area. So going down all the way down to 29.90, that's the level that I've got marked off. There's a ton of buying around this 3,000 going all the way down. And the problem is the buying is sitting just below where the selling takes place too, because the selling is now around that 30.20 to 30.30 area. So you're stuck between 30.30 and 29.90 with selling above and buying below. So you're kind of just stuck in this little sideways action. So the way I'm going to have to approach this is if we can get down into that 3,000, 3,005 area and we catch some bids, I'll take a long. If we get into that 30.20 area, catch some sells, I'll take a short. You're going to have to ride this one. You're going to have to be quick on the ride here today until we break out either direction. At that point, you may have a breakout. But up until that happens, you just expect some sideways action. You might catch some scalps in between. That's the plan. Hopefully we'll play this one out. It's going to be one of the quieter days. Keep in mind, though, tomorrow is the end of the quarter, so we'll get some action tomorrow. So hopefully at least one of the 2 days remaining in the month, we get some sort of volatility. But for today, not a whole lot of expectation. But hey, if we get that breakout, that could be a great trade, right? So that's all I've got for you, Brendan.
Good stuff. Thank you, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun every single day this week. BHTG here. One more to add to the list, guys. A little small cap moving in the pre-market. This one's gone already. I had 350 marked down here as kind of the top end of the range in the pre-market here. Just broke 420, up 144%. They had a new spray. I can't think of the term right now, but COVID-19 disinfectant. That's the term I was looking for. Disinfectant spray that has been approved for sales. So BHTG already gone, guys, to the moon.
Yeah, it already broke that 375. It was a bit of a test here on a bit of a pullback through 370. Just got into ICPT. That just took off the bottom there, guys. You can see the new position board as it comes in. I now want to see if we can catch a dip buy on BHTG here into that 370 range. Certainly, it's going to try to retake 4. And then if you look at that 420 break, I feel like that's one of those psychological numbers that kind of keeps on coming into play. And if that gets taken out off the open, maybe you get a bigger move to the upside. But for now, it's going to be pullback chance at 370. If we can get it, but that ICPT, I might bungle that one a couple of times here today, guys. Obviously, it's a massive gap to the downside. It just took out that bottom. Didn't like it inside of the range, but we took the break at 47.50. When you look at the daily chart here, basically you had back in March, this was that low. It just took out the low, so the gap down and continuing the move to the downside on ICPT, guys. So with about a minute to go, we do have a lot of names that we're watching here. Sean and Workhorse, I'm in ICPT. And we didn't get to IBIO. Quickly want to mention here, a buyer at 250 trying to hold double bottom here in the pre-market. It's up 18% already. So watch for a potential breakout through about 265, 270 if it can take it out. I'm going short if 250 breaks. See if it can't fill some of that gap in on IBIO. That's over on the Amex.
Yeah, we're waiting for Facebook, which goes right to our level and then bumps back down. So it goes right to 210.50. So that's wow. You sort of know that you might have the good level there, 210.50. So let's wait to see if it breaks through that off the open. But we are running here. We do have Workhorse long. Neil's talked about that. We're waiting for Kitov to take off the top and then Nikola to take off 69. So here we go. Workhorse, nice little long from here. Gets as high as 50. Let's see if that can break through. But then the other stock that we're looking at, of course, is Nikola right now, 69. So we'll see if that one can take it off. But it's already a big morning here, so we're already starting to floss it off with only 15 seconds left. Should be a good day. It looks like it's Miss V over there on the bell. So we'll get ready to ring that and drop it with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, we're just counting it down here, just watching ICPT. Bit of a buyer at 47, trying to hold this level, so we have to watch that off the open. But there's the countdown. 0. Ring that bell. Not sure what happened to the countdown there, but there we go. Market is open on this Monday. VXRT was immediate. Marcus, I know I saw you there looking at the short. I'm looking at that 10 even almost immediately. I wanted it to test. It just tried to get there. It just failed. The first time I have a stop ready to go at 10 even on VXRT. To the long side, I might take a small short in front of it, however.
Okay, guys. Yeah, Workhorse bouncing around. We're waiting to see what happens here. Facebook opens up to relatively nothing. So we'll wait. If it wants to go down to the bottom, this is what we waited for, guys. We wanted to see what Facebook wanted to do. So 207.50 doesn't look like it wants to do much, if not upside. So 210.50 is my marker here on Facebook. So we're going to wait to see if that one can hit. Nikola 68, so heading southbound. We'll give that some room to go here. Maybe even 68.50. Let's try 68.50 to start with here on Nikola, guys.
Yeah, just got the short in IBIO as well there, so a couple of positions already on. You can see them right there. I quickly mentioned this one at 250 to you guys, bouncing a couple of times in the pre-market. I got slipped to 47s. I want to see if I can add, not subtract to this position as IBO starting to come in. It's filling in that gap. I had to take some shares out of ICPT for a 50-cent win, only because there is an iceberg at 47, and I don't want to fight that one too hard. So in the money in a couple of shorts, IBIO and ICPT already.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that you can see our position board.
I love it. Great job, guys.
On there as well. So here goes Workhorse. Looks like it's going to break through 11.50. That's why you take some off on the top, guys. And we'll just wait to see if that breaks through. If it does, then good on that. Okay, there goes Facebook. We are short 207.50 right now, guys. Let's see what we want to do on this one. This just does take a turn to the downside here. So again, these positions are not heavy. We're going to wait to see. I will average in. If it comes back down, guys, we will hit this short one more time, but 207.50 dead on right now short. So that's our position right now in Facebook. Let's see what happens to the downside if it can get accelerated. And it did go down to 207.
Buy ICPT. This one is gonzo. So I got to zoom in so you can see the gap is too big here, but 47.50 break. Win the money a couple of dollars here. This was that key level that we looked at on the daily chart, 47.50 opening like floodgates. Of course, down 41%. It's going to be short sell restricted. This is one of those situations where you don't want to look at you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but certainly you want to stick with this trend as long as it holds. I want to see 45 as the next test, see if it holds there. If it does, maybe we'll take some out and then catch a secondary break or any kind of a pullback. Big movement as it's now $2 in the money on ICPT. This one, sometimes when they're down, they can go even further. IBIO still in the money, but I tried a long on BHTG there, and it came back in hard, immediately out for a quick 10-cent hit.
Okay, there goes Facebook. Yeah, Facebook right to the upside there again. So get out, of course, of our short. And now we'll have to see. There goes the 210. We actually did like Facebook to the long side. What's up, Brendan?
A little one here, guys. LCA moving to the upside today. They signed a deal with Golden Nugget Online Gaming. So they're in the online gaming space, online casino world. So they acquired Golden Nugget Online Gaming private company, but to further their efforts in that space, guys.
So there goes Facebook, guys. I don't have this, but who does? 210.50 was a good little long call there. So hopefully some of you guys do have that one. Nice little move and runner to the upside right now on Facebook, up to 211 in change. Like I said, I think this story may be a little bit overdone, but we'll wait to see. Kitov right here, we are long 134, so that's a big trade. Let's wait to see what happens, and let's see what Superman has. What's up?
Yeah, 45 does hold rather strongly there, so you get that $2.50 move on ICPT. see. I took $2 of it there, but you see that big bounce? Look, you look at the level 2, I was seeing icebergs at 45, very, very thinly traded name with a big time spread. So you want to make sure you get out when the getting is good. And we took a big winner off that 47.50 break we talked about in the pre-market. Guys, if you're watching along here at 9, this is where you get those key levels. You're in and out of ICPT quickly. You're in and out of workhorse based on what we're trying to tell you in our preparation. But I got to get to IBIO, which bounces back through 250. So I like 260 to 265. You're probably going to see me dig into this short retracement play. The market heading down towards 9,800 on the NASDAQ. Watch out.
And look at Kitov. Here we go. That's a chicken dinner winner right now. $1.34. We talked about that trade, and bang, 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 straight to the upside. So Kitov now making me not feel so bad about that miss on Facebook. Kitov right now, nice little runner to the north side here. Hopefully you guys have that 8 cents right now winner on Kitov. So you guys know the kind of shares that you're able to use on this stock. So here we go to the upside right now. Kitov, $1.43, a nice little 8 cent plus winner. And the roller coaster continues, man. Facebook comes right back down to 210.50 again. I think we'll take the long as it breaks through one more time on Facebook. But it's been sort of a slow day here for me because Workhorse was good, man. We did have Workhorse, but it does break through 150. We will try that name again as well. Big win for us there to start the day. That's a good one. And then now Kitov comes back down to life a little bit, but we have gotten the majority of those out. Let's wait for Facebook through 210.50 one more time.
Sean, there is no stopping INO. It does another $2 flush off the open. Now it's screaming to the ups. How many times am I going to see this happen on INO where you just buy the dip off the open and watch it go off to the races? Let's watch out for 30.25. That's a level in the pre-market here. If it gets past that, I guess we're taking another breakout trade to the long side. Otherwise, let's see what happens at 28. This was the level right before the open that got flushed out. So if it cannot hold 28 even, forget about this one to the long side. We're going to be going short at some point on that. But right now I'm looking at a 30 quarter break long, holding 28. INO once again off to the races. Kitov was a 140 break for me. I'm trying the pullback trade on that one as it tries to come back to that 135 you were talking about. I also want to get us back to very quickly. We didn't talk about Gap. Of course, you guys know the story on Friday. Coming off at the open here, a dollar move to the downside on GPS. It's trying to hold the 12.15 level. When you go over to the higher time frame, just look at the 3-minute chart and look at last week. Lots of chop right at the close in and around that 12. So if it can hold there, expect a bit of a bounce. But Gap through 11.80 is going to be a sell at that price. If it holds it, watch a nice bounce on Gap here.
Yeah, what was I writing out? Apple, Boeing as well. So there we go. So we do average in a little bit here to our Facebook. So let's wait to see what this one wants to do. We take some 209.50s there. So our average price 210.10 right now. So we're in Facebook right here at this price 210.10. Let's see if it wants to get to the north side. We'll see if it does or not. Kitov right here. That's the only other long that we do have. We did want to check back in with Boeing here in a minute, 176. It's just bounced up a bunch of different times here. Let's check in on Brendan.
COTY, guys, coming into an interesting level. You got to zoom out pretty far, but a couple days back, this kind of area from 460 down to 450, a bit of congestion early last week. Interesting spot here. Obviously got flushed off of the open, but should find some support here for COTY, guys.
Will it not? I can't really say. I mean, I do like that name. We're going to be looking at Cody for sure. But right now, I'm just watching this bounce play in INO. I thought maybe it would retest down around 28 on this pullback. Does not do it. The breakout trade I have was 30 quarter that we just mentioned. So looking to catch that long if it can break it. Otherwise, maybe you look at a VWAP bounce at 29. INO once again off to the races. You just can't seem to stop this stock. Here comes $30 even. I do have the short. We're reloading in IBIO as well. You guys can see that one in front of the 265 mark. And then Kitov is trying to hold 130. That was a 140 break for me that I was looking at. It cannot seem to sustain it right now in that name. One more to get to you. Gilead, I didn't expect it was going to be crazy action like this off the open, but it already took out the level I wanted. Right there at 930, that was 76.20. It's trying to hold below it. I think you can sell this one below that price, but already missed the bigger trade.
Yeah, you guys are seeing I'm already in INO right now. So I'm in at 29.60 here. We're going to give it about to 28.80. So if it does come back down here and break, we will be out of INO. But right now we did take that long. It goes in the money like 30, 40 pennies. But you guys know INO needs to go a lot more than that. We're still hovering around with our Facebook. We have Kitov, and that's it. INO, Kitov, and Facebook. Let's go, guys. Facebook getting spicy now. We're back into the money on that one. What up, B?
Another drug company getting denied by the FDA today on a treatment for pain medication, pain treatment. HRTX here, 34% to the downside. Bit of a bounce off of the open, but having trouble here at 13.50 for HRTX, guys.
Okay, there goes Facebook. Finally, blast! Yeah, Facebook's going. Bang! Finally, we get that home run. Yes, Facebook, 209.57. This is now $2 in the money, and we actually missed more long. We tried to get more long at 210.50. Facebook now blowing up. Finally, here we go. That's what we wanted, guys. Buy. Now all these reds are sells. Let's see how high we can get on Facebook. Just took some out there, 210, 211 we were sitting at, sorry. So nice little winner there. We're long 209.50. So alley-oop now, right now. Let's see if the market can go, man. Maybe Facebook could be an absolute monster. Let's just keep that one going. I know we do get flushed out of that small position. Let's wait until 29.80 gets taken one more time, and then we'll go back into INO, guys. But out of that one, but Facebook, wow, that one makes this guy a little happy.
Yeah, I just mentioned I liked INO trying to dip to 28 on the dip buy. It just crashed through that 29 mark. So this is the first position for me in that one. We will go. Unfortunately, where is it? I was going to hit the cry button. There goes to the upside IBIO. We took that one out at a 265 break. So you're going to see the only two positions are oddly enough long in this market right now. But VXRT is starting to get into my range here. I did want a chance to sell it at 10 when it turned. I tried at 975 and failed. It's trying to take out the low again. I'm either going to be shorting through the low at 890, or we're going to be picking this one up on a pullback to 9.25 or so. So right now, looking at that long on INO, but looking for place on VXRT to the short side. 890 break, 9.25 on a pullback.
Yeah, it's been a big day right now, guys. You can see our trades at the bottom. So right now, long, yeah, that's right, actually. Long Kitov and long Facebook. Good, it's working. Okay, so right now we are long Facebook. We're in the money nicely here. We are looking to see what to do. We did get some out there at 211. There's no doubt about that. I do not have any more offers out. I am looking at a Facebook long break. Unfortunately, remember, this was that short, 207.50. We got blown out. That's the one. That was our bad trade, but we pick it up again, and then now get out. So Facebook right now on a little bit more shares. We're looking to make some more damage here on Facebook now that this market has opened. Like I mentioned, Twitter not doing a whole hell of a lot right now, but we will wait to see what Facebook wants to do here to the north side, hoping for a little bit more than what's happened so far. This has kind of just been up, down, and around. It was, when we looked at it, it was down 3%. I mean, we're not even moving that much. I thought it would have been a lot more spicy than this. We did retweet all weekend, guys. Join me on Twitter. We did retweet some of the plays there on Facebook. But yeah, let's just, maybe we'll drop. I'm probably going to hold this one, actually, guys, until 207 and change. Let's just wait to see. I'm going to try to pick some up here. 209 again, 209.50 if it comes down there.
That BHTG making another run to the upside. It failed at 420. It was a tried break here at 380 again on a little bit of a bounce play. Let's see if it can hold below 4 even. I'll be looking for shorts in front of that price. Certainly, if it rolls over at 340, I think that would accelerate the move right now. But I think you can take this short in front of 4. 420 is still going to remain a breakout for me at BHTG if it ever gets there, but right now the action is to the sell side. I don't need to put the board up for you guys to see that we got into VXRT on that bottom break. We just took that short at 889. That's now in the money already, 20 cents right now. Looking to see at 850 for the first target to the downside, and then from there we'll see how far we can let this one run. I also want to make sure that we get you back to our good friend INO. I don't know, you just can't seem to hold this one down. It holds 280 for the time being. I have one entry here at 28.67. I'm looking for a retest of 30. I still have a breakout trade at 30.25, so I will be going long through that price, which is why I'll probably take this off in front of 30 even if I can get that $1 to $1.50 win. Brennan, what do you got?
Spirit Aerosystems, guys, just watching both Boeing and Spirit here. Both of these were up in the pre-market on that Boeing news, but coming back pretty quickly here if you want the cheaper one. A little bit thinly traded here, but SPR still 2.8%, but trying to get back down to these levels from Friday. Guys.
All right, 209.24, so 209.20 here on Facebook. We're going to wait to see. We did pick up another long there, 210 and change. It almost hits us. I don't know, where was I waiting? 209.60 I was waiting. It went to 64, so we'll see if we get that bid down there in the 60s on Facebook. We are averaging in nicely, so now you can see 21-cent winner right now on Facebook and only a 1-cent winner on Kitov. We did take out the top there, 144, so that was just about as perfect as you can get on Kitov. Now we'll wait to see what Facebook wants to give us here. 43 cents, 50 cents now in the money on this name. So again, I'm going to put another order around 210, 211, 211.90 or 210.90. Sorry, where we're at right now. Nice little 84-cent win right here. So we'll explode the money. If you average in on Facebook there, well done. Let's take some out. 210.80. I'm going to get some of these out right now on Facebook, guys.
Yeah, watch for this SHLL. I know a few of you have been watching it on the chat. Opening range 28.25 bottom. A couple of bounces off that price. Shallower move here to only about $30 on this second bounce. I'm now looking at that 28.25 for a short for me. So if we break that, you're going to see me trigger into a short position on SHLL. Look out for a secondary push. 30.50 would give you a nice long into the high of day. It's up 20%, guys. Keep in mind how parabolic this has already gone. That's why I'm going to be hunting for a sell side trade. BHTG, sorry, I got into just a few seconds ago. This one, of course, is that nice retracement I just talked about through that 380. I wanted to add through 340. It just blew through that price, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can't do that. Average price is going to be just under 350 mark. We'll give it now to about this 375. See if we can't get back to those pre-market levels at 3 even, guys. Target is about 40 to 50 cents worth of a win on the bulk of this position. BHTG to the south side now, guys.
Yeah, there it is. There's a nice little Facebook win right there. So we'll hit the swish swish as hopefully Raptor basketball is going to be back in the building. That's an 80-cent win right there. Bang, bang. Out right there. So again, we'll wait to see, man. I mean, we just keep reloading on this one. Facebook been a very, very nice trade for us today. So I don't know what we'll hit. We'll be bullish. I've been bullish on it, even though the one loss was a short. Not really sure why we did take that one. But here comes the market. We'll see if it can break 3,000 back to the upside. But if it doesn't, man, Facebook's going to be in trouble. They are leading the way sort of with, the NASDAQ was actually doing quite well until some of this social media stuff wound up happening. NASDAQ leading the way. Here it comes back down. That's why you take out profits, guys, because in the same minute, you get 210.69 and then you get 209.60 down there. So there it goes, breaks through 209. So that's why you take those profits right there. A little bit of an average in, then an out. We'll see about getting back into this name. Facebook, wow, roller coaster to say the least. Down straight $1.50. Okay.
Yeah, crazy moves already, and we already got that shill. It just took out the bottom, now hanging around that low. The market is coming to the south side, guys. I do have only 2 long positions. Kitov holding up pretty well, and INO, I just want to quickly get you guys back to this one because it was in the money $1. It's then come in about flat. 28.50, big time holder a couple of times here. It's hard to see or this early on in the day, but I am seeing an iceberg order at that price. My stop's at 28 even, but if 28.50 continues to hold, I might dig a few more shares in here just to see what happens, but you can't hold it past 28, I don't think, on INO. Brennan, what do you got for us?
Just be careful with that Tortoise acquisition, guys. If you remember a couple of weeks back, that SHLL, there's a deal in place with Helion, all stock deal, both Helion and SHLL will be combined to be traded when it is approved as HYLN on the New York Stock Exchange, guys.
VXRT making a secondary move to the downside through $9. I'm already short on the first break. It's trying to hold below the second time. I got greedy here. I was trying to take some out in front of 850. You'll see it bounce right at 860. So that's a little bit unfortunate with where my order happened to be, but we're shorting this one in front of 9.25. That's the price that we like to get an average of. So if it holds below there, fine. If it breaks above VWAP, we're going to have to take this one out. VXRT will be trying to add on any kind of consolidation, but you are seeing very whippy price action to the upside end through 880 to about 910. You're really seeing the lack of liquidity in the entire name. So 925 is where I'll probably dig into this one. You don't want to get caught in the middle. It's just chewing through price levels like they don't even matter. So you want to make sure you don't dig in too hard until you get to VWAP.
Yeah, exactly. And some good looks here. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys. More subscribers, the better. We just cracked through 50,000 on Friday, so that was fun. If you want to check out our Facebook, Twitter, we did post that. That was a fun time for sure when Brendan, we'll wait to see if it takes out 210 again for Facebook. But look at the futures, guys, just crashing down. I'm really surprised actually how well Facebook has held up in this market demise here. So we'll wait to see what Facebook wants to do. But right now, the future's bouncing around a bit. If Facebook wants to take out 210 again, we will be out of this trade. So right now, Facebook looking like a short, but we'll wait to see. We are short right now, Facebook 208.60, so not a great price, but I do think that we can revisit these lows. Just need the futures to help with us. Facebook's been puzzling to me today, needless to say, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't even dipped into Facebook myself. I am looking at Virgin Galactic here, however, as this name made another move to the downside. It basically broke this 15 quarter and is now holding again, whippy consolidation at the bottom. Watch for 15, as this is basically the top end of this little tiny range it's trying to put in. The volume isn't exactly tremendous so far this morning, but watch for an upside break at 15 if it holds the low. I'm looking at a sell through the low of day at 1475 with a 15 stop. If I can catch space down there. Now that we've broken 9,800 and the market's headed down, we're going to look to see if we can short in Virgin Galactic. Brendan, what do you got?
We were talking about this one on Friday, guys. Heat, Biotech, HTBX with a little penny stock on Friday did just insane volume right at the open. Got all the way up to almost $1 here. Looks like we are going to break $1 here, trying to hold above it right now. This is a cancer company, so they're working on a trial. Just enrolled their first patient in a new cancer treatment trial. Guys.
All right. Yeah, we're just looking to get to some shares here on some of these names. GPS was another one there. There goes Facebook. Yeah, look, guys, Facebook just continues to be the roller coaster that we thought it sort of would be. But it's been a hard one to trade for me today. So we are now flat. Actually, we're still a little bit short on Facebook, waiting for 210 to break. And when it does, yeah, we're going to be out of this one. So Facebook right now, we still are a little bit short on this name, looking to see if it wants to make a move to the downside here, Facebook. Admittedly, man, this has been a tough stock to trade so far today, up and down and around. We have like 30 fills on it, so we're going to remain short and just see what we can do on this name, Facebook, right now. Heading back southbound, not a bad spot to average in here, 211, just not a good read. Let's wait to see if we're right and if we can get back to 209, guys. Facebook's been a tough one today.
Yeah, and the VXRT's been a tough one as it keeps testing that 925. INO, we're still in this name. We did mention 28 holding. I've made bottom wick trying to long this stock on pullbacks before, so I'm going to give it a little room after 28, but you are seeing this decent hold here on the 1 minute. Look, the same thing. Probably not quite as good, but just as reasonable as a level if you look at a higher time frame. I'm looking to see if we can't test back towards this 30 high. I'll probably take some out now a little more aggressively. I was waiting for just in front of 30. If we get any bounce above VWAP and 29 even, I'll probably look to take some profit, for that sort of 70 to 80 cent win first. 30 quarter remains the breakout price for me. Our best stock of the day was ICPT, and I was just mentioning to Kevin, my breakout price wasn't until 50. I might have to think about revisiting that one after you see this little pullback at 48.50, maybe looking at 49. It could be a breakthrough there. The gap is so tremendous that any kind of a decent gap fill is going to be worth the bet, guys. So I'm going to probably look at 49. I did like 50 a little bit better, maybe a smaller position on a 49 break, and then a more aggressive if it ever took 50.
Okay, yeah, we are looking right now at a bunch of different names here, guys, including Kitov. We still have that name on right here. It looks like it wants to test its bottom, but we still are holding this long just in case it gets a little bit spicy there to the top side. So that's Kitov. I did want to look at Gap. We did have that Kanye West news. Obviously, we crushed this name on Friday, man. We were long 12 all the way to 14, and then we shorted it again. So we'll wait to see. It looks like it's getting steam again from 12.10, now upside 12.50. Watch 12.50. We will be going long through that spot. 12.50 is a good spot for this stock. We looked at that on Friday. I'll just check it out on a different chart. Yeah, 12.60 maybe looks like a little bit better. Get through some of this garbage here. So 12.60 on Gap. We're going to be going long. What's up, Brandon?
Just watching some of the airlines, guys. Southwest here, 3.5% to the upside. Needs to get above this 33.50. Goldman with the upgrade today on Southwest. Just a week and a half ago, they downgraded the stock, but back to the upside for Goldman Sachs on Love, guys.
Yeah, these
I
guys are
haven't
always
looked at
back
any
and
of the
forth in this
airlines
thing.
so far today, but I can tell you we're out, and it's going to be another one. Let's go fall off the earth, but it's going to the upside, so it's a little bit depressing there. SHLL, if I had one booming to the upside, I would have hit that key because it's about to take out 30. Try to get the downside sell action on that one, but you can't fight it too hard. It's got a huge range so far of about $5, so you have to play it a little bit. A dollar is only 20% move. I'm not done with it by any stretch of the imagination, but you got to have a stop somewhere. Same thing with BHTG here. We tried one long. We're now looking at this little sell opportunity between 375 and the low of day. I do have an average price of 350. I want to see if we have one more ad in and around VWAP to get a 55, 56, 360 average price in and around that range with a 375 stop. I still like a break at 420 if it ever gets there, but I'm looking breakouts only for the long side, and there's no support until you get about to 280. Let's see if it can't head southbound before it gets there.
I should just listen to that first long that we gave you guys here on Facebook, because there it is. 210.50 was the spot that we were looking at. Now we're all the way on the upside again to 11.50. So we've just been bouncing around on this name. Not very good today on Facebook. So we're going to look to other places right now. INO, we were long. Yeah, okay, that one faded through. No worries on that one. Kitov, you know, we still have that, and that's kind of just chilling, not doing a whole hell of a lot. Let's check out WKHS again, Workhorse. We were long that name at this bottom spot. Now we'll wait for $12 to take off. There's actually not a whole hell of a lot happening here. AAPL on the Apple side of things. What did I write down? 253, 253.50. Wow, that would have been a monster off the open, 253.50. But again, you would have had to have that, I guess, in the pre-market. So on the downside, that looks good as well. If we can take this out on Apple, 253.25, we're getting awfully close to that. That doesn't look like a horrible spot at all for Apple. So 253.25 might be something to go there. Missed that boat on Facebook, man. We called the long, and all we've done is just trade it through all of those spots. Been long and short, but net down so far today on Facebook, guys.
Yeah, one other name that's usually very strong, and again today, Fastly making another push to the upside, but it's pulled back rather, check that, to the downside. Those are the wrong symbol we're looking at here. Down 8%, but consolidating on the low. If you're looking for breakouts in this one, you're probably looking squarely at $80. It's trying to bounce. It's trying to put a bit of a turn on. If you do want to look at the previous support in the daily, it was a little bit lower than this at 76-ish. So if it does make a break of 78 through that low, watch for a base about a couple of dollars lower if you are going to continue to be a bull on this name. So 76, 78 bounce plays. 80 break through the upside. Brendan, what do you got?
Big mover from last week, guys. It was Thursday, Rite Aid. I was trying to remember what day it was, but yeah, Thursday we had a big move up in Rite Aid, back to the upside again today. Already has gone from 15.10 up to 16.75 in a straight line, guys. RAD one to look at as well.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get locked and loaded here also, hopefully on Apple. 354.10 or so, breaking through here, the upside on Apple. So we did call that one for you guys down here at 353. So let's wait to see now, since we've missed that, let's wait for the upside. The biggest shame, really, is this should be a bigger winner for me on Facebook here today. And unfortunately, guys, we've let that one go and not really traded that one properly. 212.80 to the upside. Facebook almost green. They lost Starbucks, Unilever, more to come maybe. We'll wait to see if there's more announcements on that one. Going to be a dangerous stock to trade here on the top side. Here goes Workhorse, though, guys. Workhorse now making new moves to the very, very top side of things. We did get as high as 1240. My best out, 1238. Let's wait to see if it takes that out again. 1240. Looks like it's right here on Workhorse, guys.
Yeah, and just a quick look at INO. It's still trying to hold. Remember I said I don't want to make the bottom wick on INO? This is sort of the thing here. It breaks at 28. I said we give it a little bit more room than that. It holds 27.75. I'm not going to tell you exactly where my stop is, but it's pretty darn close to that. Every single morning on pullbacks last week, I would get in early and then get bottom wicked out when it broke a level like this. So the fact that it's holding, definitely a good sign, but I can't move or slide my stop or dig into more shares, as it's finally looking like this is the first day where it's not just parabolic moves to the upside on INO. I still like a 30-25 break. I still like to hold this one to about this 27.75. I'm not into the short yet, but I'm telling you this could be the day that INO flips from a long to a short for me. We'll see what happens. If it breaks 27.75, then we'll go hunting for shorts. Until then, still long at 28.50. We're risking just under $1 on this trade, so that's actually not a lot of risk on INO, but certainly there's a lot of upside if we get to that 30 quarter where I'll be long again through that price.
Okay, so we're long Workhorse right now again, and there it is. Nice trade. So we're long right now 40 40s. We did talk, or was it 41s? Where's my price? 41s. So we just take a little bit out there. We're going to see what happens now at 50. If it breaks through 50, giddy up. We just took a little bit out there at 47. Now we'll wait to see if it comes back to the downside here. 1180 or so will be the kill spot on Workhorse right now. But we are long that name. Let's see if it wants to go back to the upside. Nikola, another name for you guys. 67.50. Wow, it does touch down to 65. Let's wait to hear about some of those orders coming through. 68.50, looking nice, and nice little long there. Make sure I have that order in. I actually have a 69 break, so I'm going to cancel that and wait to see what happens. There goes Apple upside. We are long now. Apple 354.10, guys.
One other name that we sort of somehow managed to neglect here, Plug, of course, in that same electric space. It's making its move to the upside almost 10% now, looking at 750 at the top end. It just held a couple of times up here, pullbacks. Pre-market high was about 735, so you're seeing that as a bit of a support. I think you can grab the long on that pullback, play inside of the range here. Just be a little bit careful. It is getting top heavy on Plug. It had some resistance getting through 750 the first time, got to 780, so that could be a secondary break at that price. You guys can see the quick positions that we have on right now. INO, that long for now holding. Kitov not moving either, so that one's basically been flat out of the money, a couple of pennies here. And then VXRT, I'm going to dig into some more shares on that one, but I really like it in front of 10. But the first level 950 tried once to break. I took some shares off. See if we can't load up at a better price. Plug about to take 750 to the long side. We're going to go long when it breaks that.
Guys, there hasn't been much to celebrate, but we will damn sure celebrate this, guys. Apple, bang, there it is. So Apple, we get out the hammer and bang it upside. Boom, Apple going nuts right now. 354.10. We actually got 354.20. 70-cent winner. Go, $1 now. We're going upside here on Apple. Apple blowing to the top side there, takes out 3,000. We talked about loving this name, and there it is. The roller coaster continues for your boy today. Facebook's been crazy, but we get that money back right now. Apple, nice little 80-cent winner right there. Very, very fast, man. That's 80 cents in about a minute and a half. So let's keep going north side on Apple, guys. We've already taken out half. We're going to take out some more right now. Bang, there it is, $1. Let's go, guys. We are falling down money. Apple, the trade today.
Yeah, we just mentioned the break on Plug, and I had to sort of, apologies, Valeria, I had to quickly get this trade in as you're giving the refill on the coffee. Thank you for that. 750 break on Plug. We just got some out already at 762. As it continues its parabolic move to the upside, I can tell you INO is on the move to the upside as well. So, there you go, lockstep, both these names here. Facebook. I'm looking to take some out in front of this opening range high in INO. You don't want to stare a gift horse in the mouth too much. I want to be able to reload again if I get a shot in front of 28, and I want to catch that breakout through 30 and a quarter. So that does mean it makes some sense to take some profit out here above 29. It's gonna be about $1 win on the first half, and then we'll see if we can't run the second half into 30 even. But it's a nice trade to the long side. We've had to hang on to this one, and of course Plug's still going, but it's 10 o'clock already.
Yeah.
Time for Happening Now with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, 30 minutes in the books, just like that. Pending home sales, record jump. Just a number just came out there from May to June. So May to June, pending home sales in the U.S., a record jump. Obviously, a lot of people not shopping for a home during both of those periods. Let's have a look at how North American numbers are looking so far. Still kind of muted here. The S&P leading the way as far as strength, 0.3%. The Dow in positive territory as well. You can see the NASDAQ here. That's where the negativity is coming from. Tech stocks are definitely weak on the session. The Russell here, small cap to the upside, 0.4%. We also have the TSX here in Toronto up about 0.5%. Some banks showing strength so far today here in Toronto. Down in Brazil, the BOVESPA about 0.5% to the upside as well. So a little bit of a muted start to the new week. Bank of Nova Scotia, 1.3% to the upside here, gapped above that 54.50 area. We're at 55.50 now for BNS. Decent volume behind this move to the upside. I'll show you TD here as well, up 1% on the day so far, gapping above 60, trying to hold 60 right now. Didn't gap to below 60, but trying to hold 60 right now as far as support goes for TD. One more, the energy group guys moving back to the upside. Some energy names, oil prices as well following suit to the upside. Just a quick correction from the beginning of the show. We were talking about Cheesecake Factory real quick. There was an article suggesting that the current quarter, depending on how that goes, could end up on the bankruptcy side for Cheesecake Factory, but they didn't actually file today, but it was Chesapeake that got removed today. Guys, back over to you.
Hide your kids right now. I like this little one right now because Workhorse just blows up and I don't have any orders. Normally I have something in front of 13 right now. We are long 41s right now. Workhorse takes off, guys, all the way up to 13. So now we have an order out there. So let's wait to see what it wants to do here. 12.80, nice little 33-cent winner. Oh yeah, Shauna, how's your Apple doing? Bang! $2 right there, guys. So there it is. Superman has returned. He is in the building once again, guys. $2 winner right now for this name. And there goes Workhorse. Did we get those there? No, we did not. We're sitting at 90. Here comes 90. Let's go, Workhorse. Another bang! 50-cent winner right there. So yeah, today, guys, it's like we're swinging a big club and banging it out. And there's another winner for you. Workhorse, guys. Bang that out. Follow us on Twitter. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Get this action, get this energy every day. The only thing we've screwed up today, guys, is Facebook. And by the way, my long, as tweeted, 210.50. $4 in the money, but I don't have it, so that's too bad. But Facebook, great little long today. I told you guys I was buying more, and there it is, Facebook to the north side. Missed it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's smash this market together, guys.
Yeah, smashing Plug as well. You talked about Workhorse, of course, Plug, another play to the upside. We're just getting some shares out after that 750 break. We've taken some out at 62, 64, they're at 69, so we do have some upside potential. I mentioned to you 780 was going to be the next level of resistance. I want to have shares out in front of that price. Look to reload on a break of 780. Look to reload on a pullback into 45 to 50. Lots of ways to play this trend. We also do have that INO, which we did take the dollar win on some of our position. We are still hanging out here. Wanted to see if we can hold this 28 level. I still have a stop down here below that 28. If we get a shot to reload in the 30s or 40s, we'll probably take it here in INO. We're still looking for a breakout through 30 quarter. We'll take that long. More shares if it does get there. I'm likely to be all out. In fact, if that does happen, I want to be able to play pullbacks into that 28 or breakouts at 30 quarter and be taking profits in between on INO, keeping in mind that it is looking weak for the first time in quite some time. Brendan, what do you got for us?
Just noticing Gilead here, guys. We talked about the gap up on Gilead. Big flush at the open. Didn't even get back to where we started here, 76.50. Looks like we're rolling over back below now, 76 for GILD, guys.
Come on, Workhorse. There it is. Bang that one. Another one. Another 80 cents on Workhorse. We get out just before 25 on that one. We did dump some of our Apple traded. Ding, 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 ding. Top side, let's go. Nice little out there on Apple, 356 as it's breaking back down below. So we save a little bit of money there. Dodge a bullet as we unload some up the top there. 356, good trade happening right there to the top side. Kitov, oh yeah, by the way, I gave you guys this Nikola 6850. I forgot to put the order in, so I had to just manually market this in. So 68.90 is where we're long. It does go 30 cents in the money. We're gonna wait for 69.50, see if it can get that high on Nikola. Obviously, we know this name can run, but right now, you see the positions on the board, guys. There it is, Boeing. Nice little note. They're up 7.5. Okay, slated to start Monday. We know about that one. Apple right now, you can see on the board, hopefully, when we're done. Apple long, Kitov long, Nikola long, and Workhorse just took that out for a nice little out there. Wow, look at that. You want to talk about getting perfect. Sometimes, guys, you got to play off those key levels. Nikola, we are now 5% of our position, and we take some out right there, 13.22. What a great out that was, right ahead of 13.25. Right now, the stage is getting bigger and badder, guys. Let's go.
And watch out for that Boeing. We are marching towards that price we're looking at in the pre, 184.50 at the top end. Certainly want to see if it can hold the pivot point on a pullback at 180, but I'm looking at a 184.50 break. The market's trying to hold back up here. Haven't executed into Boeing. We're going to take the top off and take that long through 184.50. We're also going to look for now a pullback in front of 180. That's going to look at VWAP as well. To the long side, we still have Plug. We've taken most of our shares off. No pullback in sight yet to that 745, where we'll dig a few more shares back in. We're long at 54 on that name. So add Boeing to the list of what we're watching. But I want to jump back to Virgin Galactic very quickly for you here. We were looking at Virgin for a break at the low of the day. That has not happened. So 14.75 would remain a breakdown trade for me. It's bounced a couple of times off that price. Next test, hopefully, we can go short if it breaks. Brendan, what do you got?
Guys, a name that wasn't mentioned in that Facebook Twitter article, Pinterest back to the upside here. Still down 1.5%. Just took 21 back to the upside here on a decent volume spike for Pinterest.
Oh man, I still can't believe this. Facebook 214.64 now. We are averaging into Nikola, so we do have a decent amount of shares now on that one. I still am beside myself because we loved this 210.50 break, and now Facebook just ripping to the north side. Looks like my buy on Friday is going to get right back to where I bought it at 215. So let's wait to see if that one still wants to go to the north side for us here. Apple back to 356, so that's a good one. I did want to say a shout out to everybody on chat there. Thanks for all the love and the support, guys. You guys mean everything to me and to the show, obviously, as well. If you can, please hit me up. Let's see if we can get to 3,600 followers. We did tweet some pretty fun stuff there as well out on the weekend with the family there. Oh, some decent quotes today as well. Look at this one. This is one here that I put up on Instagram. First, learn, then remove the L, and you can start to earn, right? So a decent little short there for Motivation Monday on that quote. And by the way, what is your favorite summertime drink? Here we go. I tweeted yesterday. I had to. We went for a nice little long walk. We had to throw down some lemonade. So there's some lemonade made that. Oh, here's the kids right here on Instagram. This was an actually sick graffiti there underneath this bridge. It was amazing. Looked 3D and stuff. Anybody know what jersey this is? You win a free high five from me as well. So follow me on Instagram. Let me know what jersey that is, and you will definitely get a retweet. Nicola, we did average into that. Workhorse now $1 in the money. We're going on that one. Look at this average on Nikola down to 68. We're right back to 68.50. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go, Nikola. You can see the average price. That board is pretty nice, guys.
Yeah, watch out for BHTG. I do see a couple of people asking about it. 330 will be the short. I tried it one time already. It was a fail. We took a breakout then long after and got out shortly as it could not get to that 420 mark that we've been talking about. So it remains a breakout at 420. It's also going to be a breakdown short at 330. I'm likely to not now touch it in between that range. Worth noting, I don't know if this is legitimate or not or whether we're going to stick around, but here's 150,000 seller at 358. We'll see if it tries to hold this. If they march to the downside this order, take it down to 355 or continue to follow, maybe I would short inside. Otherwise, waiting for a 330 break downside. Brendan, what do you got?
ALT, another vaccine-related name here. Another company, guys, getting Department of Defense money for their COVID-19 research. So gapping up on that news today. But back below 12 here, kind of consolidating below that 12 even, guys.
All right, guys. One name that we actually haven't looked at today, and we'll try to get some shares here. We cannot, and I'm going to give a shout out to our boy, Jeff Mendel, their VP over there at OTC Markets. If you guys wanted some love, there is some Luckin Coffee love right now on their marketplace. We are unable to get shorts. I know a lot of you are also unable maybe to trade on the pink sheets. So if you are not, talk to your broker about that. But right now, we're unable to get some shorts. But if we do, we'll be over here. I don't like trading something that we can't go kind of both ways, but you can see the volume is filling up here, and there is the link gateway. I don't see it here, but here's OTCX here. Most of these will be AutoX, so watch out. Try to get some trades off here if you are looking at Luckin Coffee. 4.5 million shares there. Nice little day for Luckin Coffee today. Workhorse, though, 13 and change. Oh, a lot of you guys were asking about Luckin, and yeah, it got delisted, right? So they dropped their request to stay on the NASDAQ. So I'm not sure what it was. I think it was like $1.55. We can find out the price. Maybe Brendan has that, the price that it was on Friday. I think we're near $1.50, $1.40. So you're not down that much. So we'll see if Luckin can survive and then graduate back up. But nice little day for those of you guys trading over there on OTC. 4.6 million shares on Luckin, guys.
Yeah, watch out for DraftKings here, trying to make a valiant effort to pull back in after, a $2.50 flush at the open, right through the Thursday's low. So check that Friday's low at 32.65. Trying to bounce back above that price. For me, that's where the break would occur. If it can get back above this 65 mark, I think you make a retest of 33.50, which was the open where it did flush. So get your stop order sort of locked and loaded, ready to go if you like the long. I like 32.65 on DraftKings. Everything below that, I think you're sticking with the short trend. And it's been beaten up the last little bit here, guys, so you do have to watch out for that. VXRT is starting to level off just a little bit for us. So we got some shares out. We're chasing this one to the short side. We liked it better in front of 10. We did chase it in front of VWAP. Now we're chasing it again around this 9 even, but it's starting to consolidate a little bit between 9 and 9.30. I got a 9.10 price on the short. I still maintain a target at the bottom here at 860 where I've been sitting around for, but we'll take a 50-cent win if we can get that one. But I think we have an opportunity now to play only this range in front of 930 or so. If it breaks above, I would wait for $10, where I much prefer that short side trade. I can tell you already that INO again is holding. If you like the bullish name here, it is down on the day, but look, it holds 28. It now trying to hold 28.40. I'm going to maintain the same plan here, guys. We're taking some out in front of 30. We're going long on a 30-quarter break. That's been the plan all morning long. We're going to stick to it. But once again, INO showing its strength after a dip all pre-market and a dip at the open. It's now put in a couple of higher lows and looks to continue the trend to the upside. We got the long.
Yeah, we're waiting for a long as well, and I know good trade. They're getting it early. We just get in right now. What just hit me in there? Gap hits me in long. Now 1261. We did talk about taking that one long as well, so we now join this party. GPS 1261 to the long side right now. Nice little trade working out 64s. Let's see if we can't break through 65 and take a little bit out. But right now, Gap moving to the north side. Decent trade there. We will also wait for that trade that Neil has on board as well. I know market just ripping up. $2 back into the money right now on Apple. That one keeps going upside as well. So right now, things working out for this guy as things are going upside. Yeah, Apple to the top. The most embarrassing call is this one, 210.50 long. Who has it? If you have it, put it on to chat here because that was a fantastic call. I hope some of you have that one. Facebook ripping today. Kind of knew it would, but unfortunately, too many bad executions and decisions here off the open. We should have let it sort of break out. There it is. Congratulations, anybody having that one. GPS, though, that's also an explosion, guys. Nice little 6-cent win to start right here. We'll get some off if we can right now. But Brendan, what you got for us, bud?
Yeah, a few more names to look at here, guys. We'll look at upgrades and downgrades on the day. Big lots. This one's been pretty strong over the past couple of weeks. Not so much today. We'll have a look at that chart in a second here. Bank United, though, definite mover on the day. A couple of upgrades in the financial space as a whole. On that side, AMC to the downside. Beyond Meat, yeah, big flush off the open for BYND. There's an OVO and Spot. Can't hold down Spot even with a downgrade. Big to, yeah, pretty flat here even with an upgrade today. This one after its last earnings report had a decent 2 or 3 day move to the upside, but this kind of 43 area acting as a pivot so far on BIG. Yeah, look at Beyond Meat. Wow. Fall from grace here, maybe 138 all the way down to 125. We're trying to bounce off 125. Relative volume is definitely high, guys, for BYND today. Back to you.
I take some out of Gap now as it's falling back to the downside here. We just did tweet this beauty out right now. Apple, $3 in the money. That's a chicken dinner winner. We do have our guest of the day coming on, this time sponsored by Lewis Daniels Watches. Look at this. Go, go, go. Go, Apple, $3.57 and change. We will get to more Lewis Daniels in a minute, but Nikola as well, 20 cents in the money on this name as well. So we'll wait to see if Nikola wants to keep on going to the top side. We're looking for some 69 breaks. You guys know the price we have on Nikola, 68.60. So not fantastic, but we have averaged in onto this name as well. So that's a big little runner for us as well. We will wait to see. Come on, Nikola. That's us. We're waiting right here. Can we get some 90s? Let's see. Just one little push, and we will be out of a quarter. And bang! There it is again. Time to floss it off. Thank you so much, guys. If you do have Nikola, let's go. Let's go, Nikola. 69 and change. We're waiting at 69.40 now, just to make sure at the high of the day. This is a 53-cent winner. Apple's a $2.80 winner. Workhorse is a 53-cent winner.
Yeah, I'm hitting the fireworks.
Yeah,
we should be hitting the electric car one if we have a generic one for that, because there goes Plug again. 775 now to the upside. They gave you the pullback, and I wanted 745 to 750. I was sitting right in that range. If it broke 750, it did not, but the pullback was right there. You had that one if you wanted it. I'm now hanging on to that 780 mark. It's a breakout through that price. I'm taking it out in front, but if you can take 20, 30 cents on a name like Plug, you'll take it and then continue the move on further breaks. I can also tell you we got into Boeing for the first time here today. Of course, remember, keep your ear to the ground. They're doing those test flights today. 184.50 just broke. I like this one all the way back to this range here, 182, 185 would be a secondary break on this name, but Boeing going to be in the news all week long with these test flights for the next 3 days. Valeria, what do you have?
Thank you, Neil, and hey guys, welcome everyone who joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and you will receive notifications when we are back on air. Also guys, please hit the thumbs up. On Friday we broke the record. We reached 1.2k likes, I think. So let's do the same thing. And our next educational video will be available for you today, so stay tuned. I'll be sending the link on the chat. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
And I will go with the disco ball quickly for you guys. That was Plug getting out in front of 780 I just took. We're going to go long on a 780 break, but just right now looking at this Boeing breakout, you did see it take the pre-market top off here. It's already made a $7 move from the bottom at the open. So let's see if we can't get through that 185, but I believe Brendan has something for us.
Yeah, speaking of our latest educational video, guys, let's have a look at what is coming up at the end of the show, around 11:50, 11:55. Valeria will have the link for you. Learn all about stock splits, why companies split their stock, how they split their stock, how we can even take advantage of that as traders. So that's coming up at the end of the show. I got a symbol here for you as well, guys. If we can show my screen. There we go. Blink, another one in the electric vehicle space. They do charging. So electric vehicle charging up this morning with everything else, it seems, in that space, guys.
Wow, guys, yeah, good little look there. We'll look at Blink as well. And I mean, you're bringing it up right now, and let's just hit the confetti because there goes Workhorse, man. My number one stock today just keeps on chugging. Workhorse right now. Bang, look where we're long, 1170. I tweeted this one out, guys. This is why, very important. Make sure that you follow me on Twitter right here. Here's the bang from Workhorse an hour ago, guys. This is it early. We talked about being in the AM. This, I don't even know, when did I tweet this one out? Look, 8:57 here, guys. You want to be part of the party? Join me. Possible long, Workhorse. We go long, Workhorse. 1177. Stop at 1150, right? Then we average in. Look what we do, guys. We don't just talk, we actually take. There's the long, there's the average in, bang, 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 out. There's the break again. Now we talked about that break. Then here it is up to the upside right now, sitting in an 80-cent plus winner. Look at Nikola as well. Nikola, bang, bang, bang. We talk about that trade as well. Now we're 50 cents in the money on Nikola. Apple, $2.50 in the money. GPS goes upside for us as well. And again, we take more shares on this name because it's only a $12 name, right? So hitting out 4, 5, 6 pennies, that's a win all day long for us on that one. So let's hit a little bit of a dancing gorilla as the market keeps going. Oh, you want winners, guys. I forgot about Facebook. That's a $4 winner if you took that one. But watch Apple looking at 357. Maybe we take some out here, 357. My stop is 356 on the backside. The future's up to 3,020 now. Let's get some of this out. Let's take a $4 win on Apple, guys, and make it another chicken dinner winner here. Hope you guys are hungry. Today has been a big day. Thanks for joining us. There goes Nikola, and bang, Nikola up to the highs of the day. There it is. You guys want this action. We go perfect on there. Bring your game to me, Street Fighter fans. I'll test you in that as well. Let's go, Nikola up to 9.2%, and your boys got this one. The day is getting nice. Check the positions on the board. Let's go.
Yeah, Plug up to 15% to the upside, so the space continues to run. Of course, we've had this one since the 750 break. We added to it on a 780 break. We're going to continue to $8 here on PLUG. We just got American Airlines on the break. We talked about that one through the high at 1280, waiting for it all morning long. That just checked in, so we're long at 82s on that name. We got Boeing on a pullback here, so 183 is our stop. We just got to pull back to 184, so nice little trade there. The only short position currently is going to be that VXRT. We are looking at a few names that we did like to the short side, but VXRT is the only one that I'm currently sitting in. Second short of the day. First didn't work. The second one we're looking short at 913. If it can take out this bottom here at 9, it's held a couple of times. I want to be adding to the short on this break, not taking off. So if we break 9 even on VXRT, I'm adding, not subtracting from the short position on VXRT. It's the only one that we have on, as we now just got American. And Kitov is trying to hold a $1.25. If it can't, we're going to get out of that one. We're going to load up in front of that one key price. It's basically held the range, which is very, very boring for us. That's why we're not talking about it.
Guys, reloaded. This is the kind of stuff I put here on Twitter. Look at this, $1.80, bang, out of Nikola again, guys. Thanks for all the love on the chat. Very, very encouraging. I will keep going, guys. You want energy, that's what we're here for. 1, 2, 3 bangs, all the way to the upside now. We'll copy this one, and we'll throw this bad boy on Twitter. Look at this, just keeps on climbing, guys. All the way to the top, 69.90, 69.80. Keeps on going upside here. And by the way, Workhorse also at day's high. So yeah, hit the air horn, guys. Today has just been one of those days. We say market, WTF. We love you, but do you love us? We're taking money out of you, so who knows? But right now, to the upside, it's been a lot of fun today. We are ready at the big board now with our main man on a stock that, for some reason, we didn't trade, and we obviously should be. It was a rocker last week. Let's check out VXRT with Brendan.
Yeah, not so much today. Pretty muted. There was a bit of a flush on VXRT off the open. We'll have a look. $10 here, $10.50 above that was kind of the next level up that I was looking at, but didn't even get all of my offers filled here around $10. And then it goes all the way down to $8.40. So a nice flush off of the open if you had VXRT on your radar. Worth noting though, have a look at the volume down here. Already kind of tailing off as far as the volume in VXRT, but definite opportunity there at the open. This one, yeah, wow, what a move we had through this high at the open. The pre-market high was around 350, 360 got taken out as we were talking about it just before the open, all the way up to 450. Starting to consolidate here back below that 350. One thing I like to look at, significant level consolidation below. If it can't get back above that, look for maybe a test of $3 still to come on that one. IDEX, another one I wanted to mention. I was watching this one in the pre-market a little bit, but straight upside here as well. 220, you got to go back to the pre-market on Friday, and then above that 250. Thursday's closing range was around 250. So let's see what happens here. 220 and 250 on IDEX, guys. Back over to you.
Yes, sir.
One more for you guys. We have to get back to BHTG for just a quick second. We talked about 330. I'm still going short through that price. Look at the nice little consolidation here. I talked about only one short on in VXRT. We're adding this one to the list on a 330 break, but you like this consolidation. I think you can get even a break through 375 to the upside. So if you're bullish on this name, up 110%, and you only want to go, or you only can go long, now look for a break out of this range at 375. I'm going short if it takes out the bottom. If you like the long, go for it. I can endorse it if you like it. I just prefer the short side trade. Boeing, we did add back into this one. If it can't hold 182.50 or so, we said 182 before, looking at this opening range bottom, I'm no longer giving it to that. I'm going to slide it up to this. It just bounced off of 182.50. It had a buyer. I'm now looking at that as my stop. So moving my stop up on Boeing. We're basically flat on American Airlines. That one also took the top off. Plug gave you the first shot at a pullback. If you like the long trade in this space, this is the first pullback that we're seeing here on Plug. So I'm going to see if we can't pick some up on this consolidation here at 770. I'd only give it, maybe to this or 65, however, on that little pullback. Plug, it's been a great stock to the upside. All good things do come to an end, but we'll give it one shot here on this first pullback entry for me on PLUG.
Yeah, everything working fine on this side as well, guys, including Nikola now at the day's high. We just took some out because we are a little weary of 70, so we do have 20% of this position back on. We're hoping that it can be a big one for us at some point here. I'm trying to get long LNCY. There it is. So we are now long Luckin right now at 37. We'll wait to see what this one wants to do. It's just been moving up, up, up. We did have 26 long, out 28. Let's see what Luckin wants to do now. We go long 37. We'll see if this one falls on our face, but Luckin right now to the upside. It was a close. Thank you, Brendan. I did see that note. It did close 141 on Friday. So let's see if Luckin can't get above that 141 mark, putting everybody whole. But right now, it looks like it wants to stall right around there. So good little look if you're trading Luckin today. Shout out to Jeff Mendel over there at OTC Markets. I'm trading it, so send me that bonus check, Jeff. What's up? Who is that back there? Brendan, what's up, bud?
HRTX, guys, we talked about this one earlier, still kind of just marching to the upside here. I mean, this thing was 12 bucks at one point in the pre-market. We're now at $14.50. This is the one that the FDA denied approval of their non-opioid painkiller. So possibly still some positivity left in this story for HRTX, guys.
Right. I'm going to quickly go back to our good friend INO. We don't want to be done with this story here. Just watch out. Of course, that's going to be Intel. INO here trying to make this little break to the upside through 29. We still have the long on INO at 28.25. So yes, you'll see it pop in the money, 50 cents, $1. I'm still have a target at about 29.50 up here. We're looking for a bigger win on INO. That's why we're not taking it off. And we're still going long on a 30.25 break. Although the more I see this, I'm probably going to move my break to now 29.75 or 30 even, just to check that. I think it's a better break at that price. I'd rather catch it early than be a little bit late to that little party. So watch out for INO if it gets there. Still long, of course, in front of that 28 even, which is held rather nicely. And we did get our second short in BHTG. We got short on a break of 330. Slipped all the way down to 3/4, so short at this price here. We're using VWAP as an out. See if this one can't test 3 even, which was a bit of a level in the pre-market. And then next stop, I mean, the stock was $1.65 on Friday. I don't expect it to get there, but certainly a break of 3 even can get us to that 250 mark in the afternoon at some point.
And guys, why are we happy? Apple just goes to the moon right now, guys. $3.40 winner right now on Apple, guys. 354 long. We've been holding this one. I think we'll drop it if it gets below 356.50 here, all this garbage. So that either way, guys, $2.50 in the money on that one. We did jump out of our LCKY, so we did have a loss there, but looks like it does want to take out 38. Let's see if we get long now. There was some size there, so we'll see. Did we get it? No, we did not. We missed it. So we missed that 38 long. Let's see. Here goes 40. We'll see if we can't get some shares there. That's kind of the problem with the pink sheets. You got to wait to see if you get the fills. I did just try to buy some 40s, and there it is. We missed it, but our long was there. Let's see if we get some 41s. Our long was there, guys. 38 there. So we did drop 37. We did drop that, but right now Luckin looks to the I can't even get shares, guys, but right now big time move on Luckin. Glad to talk about that. And by the way, we did it again, and it's raining down money. There it is, $70 now. Luckin, how are you doing, guys? Luckin right now. $2 winner, $3 winner on Apple, a dollar on Workhorse, as that just keeps on going to the upside right now. The only problem is right now, Kitov, not Luckin, get away from me, Luckin.
Kitov's not doing anything,
yeah,
but guys, VXRT
anything.
just broke down through 9 even. We mentioned this break, it was holding this price. We had short already at 910. We took more shares rather than take shares off. So now my price is 908 on this little break here. I still have a target down here at 860 to take some shares out, but we'll get out all the way down. VXRT, the first short, no moss. We got greedy there. The second short, much better structure. This one falls off, but watch out. Bit of a buyer here at 895. It's not a lot of shares given the fact it's done 27 million, but once it chews through that, I'll start taking this off below 895. Already in the money here on that name. American Airlines is starting to go, but I'm going to take some shares off in front of 13 and then look for a second break at 13 even on American. Is that is strong and VXRT is weak? There goes the 95 buyer. Now we can start to take some of this position off on our 908 short all the way down to this 860, which has been the target since the morning here. First trade, not so good, but we'll take this short. You got to dig in sometimes. That's exactly what we've done here in VXRT.
Okay, Kitov, we're waiting for that. Nikola, we've already got it. Apple will put that order out to get out, 356.50 here, just in case that does drop down. Again, stop orders, right? We got to use stop orders on the show because we just have too many things that we are looking at on that name. It looks like Luckin Coffee. Again, I like this name today. I just wish we could go short. It's printing pennies back and forth, which is normally what I can do, but
give us a short.
We will wait to see. We got to get some shorts on Luckin Coffee before this one's going to be aggressive.
I got to hit the airplane one there. I was going to take a sip of my coffee, but I'm going to now hit the airplane because American Airlines, what a ridiculous move from 12 even. Wish I had this one at the bottom and not through the break, but I only had one thing written down. It was a top end break on American. That's what we got. I will take almost everything out in front of 13. Look to add if it can take out 13 to the upside. Boeing has held so far. So again, I'm not taking anything out in Boeing yet. It just happens to go back to break even. It held our stop level, now is heading back to the upside. So that's why we get to hit that airplane, because both these names moving to the upside. Brendan, what do you got, bud?
Yet another one, guys, in the electric vehicle space. Here's Solo up 17, almost 18% today, 185 up to 220. Huge relative volume behind this move as well. They announced this morning that they signed a new deal with an investor relations firm. So possibly some announcements to come from Solo, guys.
SOLO. And so we still don't have any shorts there. I'm going to keep checking on. I want to be shorting over there in the pink sheets if I get a chance to at least look at it over in Luckin Coffee, but we don't have them. It is what it is. INO, we just got a reload on INO as it finally dipped down and tested this 28 again. So we took some profit out. Now we're jumping back in. If it ever breaks our stop, we're going to be looking for some shorts after that, because I know this is the first day I've seen this type of weakness in this name. The two shorts I have on that are now working for us, one of them, of course, is at VXRT. I'm seeing it check up just a little bit at about 880 here, 885 here. Not a huge buyer, so we're going to continue to get shares out. Not going to change the plan. It's slowing up, but when you're with the trend and when it holds VWAP like this, I see no reason to change our execution plan. I will have some shares short if it breaks the low of the day, but I will take a bunch off before we get to that. Last time, I looked at gift horse in the mouth, and I was greedy. I'm not going to do that this time. We'll take profit as it comes on VXRT.
Yeah, there it is, and we hit that the emoji there for Neil's gift horse in the mouth. We'll wait for INO to break through 29. That'll be my play right here. Workhorse, Nicola's up to 70 again. We'll see if it breaks through 70.40. I don't really have, we're already out. I mean, Nicola's already been a very, very big stock for us. I did change my stop here on Apple. We're $4 to $3.50 in the money. You can see our position board below. And hey, shout out to Juan. How's it going, Juan? Thanks for the position board. Has been killing it today. So that's been big for us. So thank you for that one. Our IT tech team, one of the best in the business. We always get compliments on the high quality of the show. So thank you so much, guys, for that one. 357 dropping back down below here. If we do get that drop, we will be out for a $3 winner there on Apple. You can see everything that's on board right there. I don't think I've been short today other than this little mistake, which was Facebook. We bungled that one and we haven't been back on that. We should have took it out on 212 high. We're going to wait to see if Facebook wants to take out the top now. Very surprised, guys. Futures up 0.5% today, which is kind of surprising. I thought we might be in for a bad day considering all that social media talk over the weekend. We'll have to look at Starbucks. That name's been in the news too.
Yeah, but you know what they always say there, Sean? They always say that pigs get slaughtered, and I didn't want to turn into one here, and that's why we've been taking shares out on VXRT. A big buyer just stepped in. We bounced off my order here. It was at 880, 883. We took some more profit on this, then bounced strongly to the upside. So watch out. I'm not adding to this position. Watch how quickly and rapidly this is now moving back into VWAP. Thankfully, I've been able to take off 40% of it to the downside. If we cannot hold 930, we're going to be out of this name and looking again for another re-entry point. It's still a break at 10. It's still going to be a breakthrough at about 960 as well. So I'm not going to the long side trade, but somebody just bought up a bunch. This is why you got to take profit on the way down. You never know when these buyers will step in, and it's already put in a strong bottom at 860. I have to get you guys back to American Airlines here. I'm actually going to go ahead and likely take off everything in front of 13 on that break. You're seeing it slow down, and there's going to be a secondary play at 13 anyways, so we're probably going to jump into the long at 13 on a break. We're probably going to go long on a pullback at 1270, and in that case, why not take all this profit in front of that? There is a bit of a seller. It's not a lot of size, but there's plenty of liquidity there at 13 even, 200,000 shares on the offer right now. So the rest of this position we got on the 80 break, we'll take it off 95, 96, 97 as we're getting it out here, guys. So I'm sitting at 97 and 98. We'll take it off, and we still have that stop to go long again at 13 even, so still long in the airlines and want to add as it goes upside.
Yeah, I like the CCL here, 1575 possibly coming through. So we'll wait on that one, and we're going to put an order 1575. So if CCL can get going, we're still down that 1%. So we'll ho-hum on that one and wait for CCL to get going. CCL crashing through the bottom could happen today. The only thing is, right now the market is upside. So I am much more in favor of this long than I am of the short. But if the short does come through, I do not mind this bottom right here, 1550. We did 1550 bottom right here on Friday on the pre-market this morning. We can look back to CCL on Friday. What was this bottom? 1517. Where's 1550? Oh yeah, right here. A couple bounces off 1515. Actually, this is 1544, 1550. So yeah, I like this breaking through 1550, but right now the only order I have in is a break 375. So let's wait to see if CCL wants to go. Right now, Nikola right here, back to the high of the day. So that's a good hold for us, 20% of that one. We are still going to wait to see if Workhorse wants to go. I'm going to put an out right here, guys. Actually, 1276. That's about a good price. So we'll get it out there, 1270 if Workhorse does break down. But Workhorse today, my number one stock. I lie. Apple is my number one stock by profit spot today. But Workhorse, let's take this out for what will be a 50-cent win if we aren't able to get more on this name.
Sean, you mentioned Nikola. I hit the Tesla because it's the closest thing we got to it. The electricity flowing through that name. Also Plug as well. We talked about pullbacks the first time and missed it at 750. We talked about it the second time when we got out at the high, and we got this pullback into 770 successfully. So we're going to continue holding the long, adding to our position and taking profits all the way towards $8 on Plug. I just got some out there at 90s. We'll continue to take profit. If you had the 750 break and you're just holding on to that, there's nothing wrong with it. You got a 40-cent win. It's been heading towards $8, which we expected to happen. I just like the opportunity to take out profit the entire way, get some reloads, get some breakouts. Another break would be at 8 even. I'll probably take some long through that break if we can get there. ICPT I do have a stop order at 50 for the break. It looks okay. Yeah, we didn't break through $50, guys, but I had also a stop at 50, sorry. That actually did not get me the long trade, so you know what? I'd flush myself down the toilet, but when you miss a trade like this one, it's going to happen to you. My stop, not aggressive enough, but 50 turned on a dime. That was the first breakout that we liked initially. We added 48.50 to that. I maintained 50 as a break, obviously a key level if it wants to turn around at that price.
Yeah, Nicola's still pushing higher, guys. Nicola at the day's high, $2.70 in the money. Neil's right. Today we throw the cash around a little bit here on this name, Nicola. Look at these buys, guys. 67, 68.50, 69, sorry. And now we're up to $70.50. So big time win there happening for us. And yeah, more to come hopefully on that name. Just to check you back in on Kitov. This was exciting, so it's a big win for us no matter what here. But this last 10%, there's 10 again, so we lose on that one. Now we put it back to 125, so we'll wait to see what Kitov wants to do here. Hopefully upside again. We'll get out. I mean, if we could take a little bit of a winner, we'll take it. But Kitov cannot be negative for us today. We've already taken out 70-80% to the top side, held 10, now we hold another 10, and we wait for that one. What's up, Brandon?
PDSB, guys, another mover from the pre-market here. Just noticed starting to hold this 220 a little bit here. There was resistance just below that in the pre-market. Nice run on this one as well, up to 280. But PDSB looking like it might want to maybe get back up here to 250. But huge volume still on this one, guys.
Not sure what just
huge,
happened.
Big break on 13 there on American Airlines, so that one continues to run to the upside. Boeing does not go, so we give up the ghost on the Boeing long. That loses. Now, look, they're related, of course, but Boeing has its own news this week, so the strength in American is fine. We'll take the loss on Boeing and hang on to the winning position in American Airlines. We added on a 13 break. We'll add on a dip down to about 90s or maybe all the way to 85 as this trend continues to the upside in American Airlines. I can tell you as well, plug continues to go. I did just take some shares out, and I will continue to take profits all the way up to that $8 mark. It's now giving some consolidation. We're going break long at 8. So you're going to see me take everything off here once again on this dip that we had to 770. We'll take it all off in front of 8 even and then go long again on an 8 even break and then just continue to play dips to the pullback ranges we give you and breakouts to the next key level. After 8, I got nothing for you after $8, guys. I don't know where it's going.
I got everything for you guys. 1575. We told you that long on CCL. And bang, there it is, guys. We picked this one through the weeds, man. We picked this one down here at 1560. Look at this. Blowing to the upside now. There goes CCL. A nice little 10 plus. There it is. We'll get some out at 88 as well. CCL upside long, 1576. The explosion continues for us, guys. Look at Nicola, 71.50, $3 in the money. Yeah, why are we excited today? Apple, unfortunately, Apple comes out there at 357 before that big spike. But Apple, $3.50 winner. Nicola, $3.50 on board right now. We'll hit that airplane because our net right now is flying. This is what we're feeling like today. Swinging the big stick, guys. Bang! Nicola upside and blowing up right there with profits. Upside on Nicola. I don't even want to stop this one. Look at Workhorse. 1368. Okay, this is $1.28 in the money. Just check the love at the bottom. These are the positions we currently have, guys. Look at that out. 88 on that one. We're following the money down here, guys. CCL monster winner. Facebook, the biggest miss of the day. That's up $5. We run that one. Look at Nicola, guys. $4 now in the money. Hello. Right now, Brendan getting ready at the big screen. Let's do that with our sector watch. What a monster day. Let's go. Nicola, $4, baby.
Hey guys, yeah, about that time, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. Nicely, yeah, back to the upside here. Full percent, in fact, 0.98%. For the S&P here. You can see lots of strength coming from these groups on this side. We'll talk about the financials here, but I want to start with this group, the industrials group. That's where you're going to find Boeing there. 7.6% to the upside for Boeing. HWM, TXT, and AOS all about 4.5% to 5%. But this entire group making up a lot of the strength for the overall market so far today. Here's some of the airlines in here as well. 6.8%. AAL for Love, their AAL and DAL as well. 3.5% to the upside. But yeah, banks also back to the upside. They were a little bit weak to end last week. We're back in positive territory. Citigroup here, 2.4%. TFC, PBCT, and CMA all about 5% to the upside. The only thing kind of weighing right now is the tech stocks. Surprisingly, FTNT, PayPal down 2.5% here, both cases. Paycheck there, 1.8% to the downside. IT and CTSH on the software side of things leading the way as far as gainers are concerned, about 1.8%, 2% for each of those. But overall, this group kind of weighing on the overall market, or this number would be a lot higher. Materials are positive. Real estate stocks are positive. Even the consumer staple stocks are positive today. There's that COTY. We talked about the Kim Kardashian deal. $200 million for 20% of her makeup brand. So that's a lot of money for Kim Kardashian. Guys, back over to you.
Thank you, Brennan. After seeing a spike in VXRT, we mentioned how we were not going to be adding to the position until we test VWAP. It does test at 920. It rolls over. Now we'll jump back into some shares here when it breaks 9 even. So once again, sort of adding to this position as long as we hold the low. And once again, taking some shares off in front of 880. So you continue to scalp wins on this $9 name, whether it's 15, 20, 30 cents. And then we'll see if we make that run to the low of day. As I've mentioned several times, when we break that low, I intend on having shares still on board on the short side, but you want to make sure you're taking that profit. It's giving you this range here, 910 to 920, all the way down to this 880 range. So make sure you're taking advantage of it if you can. The only other short that we have on is BHTG. If you can see the position board for us there, yeah, it's up 90%. But this second short on the break of 330, is managed to hold. But 3 even is our first leg to the downside. It will take some out in front. We'll add to our position if 3 even is going to break to the downside and stay with the net short in this one. American giving its first pullback. We had this trade in a 1280 break. We gave that one to you, of course. We talked about getting out in front of 13 even. 13 broke. We took some shares out as it got to only 10s and is now giving its first real pullback. If we can hold 1290, we'll jump back into some more shares on a 13 break and see if we can run to that 13 quarter. So playing the dips as long as we hold those higher levels. One more for you, INO. We've been net long INO this entire morning. And yeah, we can be happy that we had some out here for a 70, 80 cent win. We've reloaded now that it's held 28, 1, 2, 3, 4 times here, 28 even is held. I'm not moving my stop from below 28. If it goes below there, we got to start looking for shorts in INO. It's having a lot of trouble getting back to the upside. So as much money as everybody's been making, just going long, closing their eyes and holding an INO, if we can't hold above 29, that party looks like it's going to be done. And we're going to start hunting for some shorts. I'm going to be looking at it after a 27.75-ish area break. And then low of day, I already have a stop in. If it ever takes out that 26.50, you know I'm going to be short an INO. But for now, we're in the money on the long. We'll see how long that's going to hold up. The only thing which has not been working out is Kitov. Look, we've been in Kitov this entire time as it's been trying to hold a range. 125, 140 at the top, 125 at the bottom. It is still inside the range here. In Callaway, yeah, I see IDEX here. Another break dip. So I was looking for shorts in IDEX through 165 today. It looks like we're going the other way, but just make sure you watch out. Look, it came from $4. It's been on the way back in since the last couple of days when it had that high. I'm looking at last week's prices and then quickly showing you this level here. 235 to 240. That's another breakout area for this stock. And then from there, you're going to get a lot of chop at 270 to $3. So I really do think it's probably likely to run into some resistance. If you get a couple, 10, 15 cents higher, watch for pullbacks and support at $2 even, and maybe it makes another run here. But IDEX, once again, off to the races after being great short sell all week long.
And guys, we sit back down, we reload our coffee, and then we'll hit the Superman because look at CCL. Now at its day's high, guys. We call that one 15.75 right to the upside now. We still got half of this bad boy on, so that's been a big trade for us. Needless to say, Workhorse now up to the highest point of the day. I mean, once again, guys, I don't know. We'll feel like a hamster wheel just talking about the same positions just running for us, but this is what you got to do when you sit here and you trade, right? Oh, look, give me a break, luck and coffee today. Look where we're long. Okay, we're long 126. That's a nice story. We take 2 pennies. Then we're long 137. We get out for flat. All right, now it's at 152 and change. So shout out to Jeff and to our friends over there at OTC Markets. Looks like a good transition over here. $1.52 to the upside right now. Luckin Coffee higher than it was on the NASDAQ on Friday. So that one keeps on going. What up, B?
A little Canadian content, guys. Ballard Power having a nice day here. 13% to the upside. Multiple upgrades on this name today, and price target increases. So on the NASDAQ anyways, just broke 1540, just popping up on a volume scanner there, guys.
Here comes a bit of a dip, giving you a chance to get in. So we've been playing the break since 1280 on American Airlines. It's the first little pullback here. We talked about 1290 being a level. I'm giving this one to about 85, midway between this consolidation at 90, and then also looking at that 1280 level that we talked for the breakout. So going to catch a bit of a pullback. We'll get some more shares in playing this little trend, but I'm going to have some shallow stops. If it ever retests VWAP, we'll take a bigger bounce at that play, but it hasn't had a significant pullback yet. So we'll see if we can't play the shallow one as the market continues to try to head northbound here. So we're digging in on a couple of these long positions, American being one of them. I want to jump back over to Plug. It's the same old story here. It's continuing to hold with the rest of the space to the upside. I've been getting out on every single push up towards $8. I was looking at a pullback at 770. Never quite got there the last time, so we haven't been able to add since about 1025. I am going long on a break of 8 even. If 8 even goes, we're just going to continue to play every break to the upside on Plug. We've been going long since 750. It's up 15%, and the entire space is dragged to the upside. So whether it's Nikola, whether it's, I haven't looked at Tesla, obviously, but Plug, add that to the list. 8 even break. We're still long. We're going to add to it on the break. We're going to take profits all the way through on every single dip as well. And we're adding.
Guys, $1.70 winner right here on Workhorse. You want to talk about a worker stock. We've been working this one today. $11.70. This is like a 25% return if you're still holding on to this bad boy. But right now we go long $12.40 as well. So big time movement on work. You guys are Workhorse, not Work Slack. We'll check Slack in a minute. But right now, Workhorse, guys, nothing but promise to the upside here. I think this is not a decent spot to get out. $13.50. We break back down below $13.50. We're going to adjust our stop. Workhorse, we've just been letting this thing go upside for us as it goes. Same thing here. Wow, Nikola, that was an expensive coffee break, I guess. Up to 72. I don't know if we would have got out anyways, but that's a $4 winner right there from the bottom. So that's what we have on right now. Nikola with some size there. Where did that fall down to? Wow, all the way to 70. Okay, let's wait to see what Nikola does. Maybe 71.50. We'll see if we can't get out back upside. 71.50 on Nikola. But yeah, it's been a big day. Needless to say, everything on board now. Look at CCL right there. So right now, let's not cry over spilled milk, but why would we be crying anyways? $15.75 is the long, and CCL is the banger. Huge 26-cent winner, and we still have this one on, guys. So this has been a big trade. Normally, by now, I've dumped more shares than I have, but we still got this one on. Big time winner right here for CCL. What up, B?
That Workhorse move, guys, that's all-time highs for that one. Once again, 52-week highs here for WTRH. Wader Holdings, another one that has been on the move lately because of the spiking cases again for COVID-19. This is one of those food delivery companies, guys, popping up again on a volume scanner. WTRH.
Nice, and watch out, there goes Kitov through 125. I'm out of that one. We're giving up on that name and working to the short side trade. Once it broke out of the range, 140 to the top, 125 to the bottom, we're always going to take the break. It's now short at 124. We're going to work to about 115 as a first target. You guys, some people have been mentioning Tesla here. Of course, if the entire space is strong, you have Tesla making another run to that 1,000 mark. Let's look to see if we can't try a little bit of a rollover here. Look, if we're trying to get to 1,000, if we fail to get past 987, which was on the way up the first time a bit of a level, if we're going to make a top at that price, that's a price that I like. I'll look for a rollover at 980 to the downside. You have to give that one, unfortunately, to that fresh high a day if you take a breakdown trade at 980. Market looks strong. Of course, I am already long in Plug, so it is a bet against myself if we get a break down at 980. But it's hard for me not to look at this and take a shot here on Tesla breaking to the downside. I still also think through 987, it's going to be probably a reversal anyways into 1,000. So let's work with that one on Tesla. Inside the range, not touching it. Still holding Plug, which, man, you just can't seem to stop any of these names. Let's see what happens if they start to reverse here. Tesla will be my pick for the quick scalp short if you can get it. I think it's $5 to $10 very quickly if we break 980.
Guys, $5 to $10. I mean, I can't believe I have this basically on Workhorse. Guys, this is a $2.14 winner on board. Nikola, this is a $3 winner on board. CCL, this is a 30-cent winner. On board. So these are all trades that we have on board right now. Big time wins. Needless to say, I'm going to throw up, we can throw up our old position board. Now, we don't need to do that. What's the point? We already have the position board at the bottom. You guys can see that. The profits are raining in today. It's been a big day, needless to say. Look at our friend Luck and Coffee, guys. We pegged this long, but just got out when we saw size, and what a mistake that was. Luck and Coffee all the way up to $1.65. So hopefully some of you guys have that one. But right now, CCL, nice out at 16.05, guys. That's a 30-cent win on this name. $3 on Nikola, $3, $2.50 on Workhorse. But yeah, it's been a big day. Look, Workhorse is $3 from this bottom spot right here. So if you guys have that one, celebrate good times. Oh yeah, Brendan now at the big board with one of our favorite segments, Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, time for currency talk. Let's have a look at what is happening on the FX board here so far today. I'm going to start with this one, the Japanese yen today. Nice move to the upside, 0.5%, 107.80. Nice technical breakout here on this chart as well. It was kind of consolidating in this range over the past few months. You got to go all the way back to the beginning of the month here, the entire month of June, essentially outside of the spike down. We've been in this range, but breaking out 107.5 to the upside today through that resistance. Higher on the Japanese yen, 0.5% there. Swiss franc also 0.2% to the upside. They typically move one and the same. Both New Zealand and Australia pretty muted, a little bit weak to the downside for Australia and New Zealand. Cryptocurrency is not doing a heck of a lot. We're back to 9,000 and change here for Bitcoin in negative territory, down 1%. Ethereum a little bit worse off, 3% to the downside. Worth noting, the euro to the upside today, 0.3%. Canadian dollar was higher, but look at that. We have gone negative once again back to 73 and change there for the Canadian dollar. British pound also back to the downside. Had some numbers out over in the UK this morning that were negative. So 0.5%, 122.75 for the pound today. Back over to Sean.
Yeah, bring that baby back over here. Thank you so much, Brendan. It's always important to check out cryptocurrencies and whatnot. I normally trade GBTC. I can call it up for you today, but today it's been a nothing burger. We did go short there. That was a mistake. Then reversed the long. We're down $100 today on GBTC, so that's why I don't like it. We won't talk about that. Okay, CCL to the upside, 16.05. Yeah, I know. I love cryptocurrencies, guys. I love trading that. So hopefully we can keep going on that one. I think Neil, we'll talk to Neil when he gets back. I think he was trading Boeing to the long side. Here, 184 looks like it's going to crack here on Boeing. Maybe we could take that one long on Boeing, 184. Let me just pull that up. Sorry, I was looking at it on another chart. Oh yeah, let's go to this screen if we can, guys. I know we have a lot of viewers today, maybe new to us. We just don't look at one screen. So there we go. Good job there, guys. I have my email up right here, as well as Twitter and everything like that, what you guys see. And then over here on this side, 12-minute, 1-minute, 3-minute daily charts, the futures, and then a bunch of different level twos, including Luckin, over here. And then we have our fruit salad. We've been taking some of that down here so far today. And then Trader TV Live mugs, guys. Get yours. Hopefully not with coffee on it, but you can get your Trader TV mug live on our merchandise page. So more things to come as well very soon. We have a few more announcements to make as far as that is concerned. But right now, you guys can support us by buying a Trader TV mug. And hopefully you guys can pick those up and then sip away whatever you put in there. Brandy, tea, water, coffee, vodka, whatever is your preference. Us, coffee today, guys. Maybe vodka tomorrow. But that's it so far today. It's been a great day. Boeing looking at 184, guys.
Yeah, and there goes the breakdown in American Airlines. So we do take the break at 1280. We've been going long the entire way up. Our reload here at 92, that's going to be the first hit. And again, if you play a trend on pullbacks, your last trade likely to be a loser unless it goes up until infinity. We got triggered into the short side trade on Tesla there, so we're going to see if it makes that run through 980. And I can tell you, as Tesla broke down, PLUG plug, our other long trade, which of course we've had since 750. It did try to get to $8. We've taken most of it off. It is now coming back. I do have a stop at break even-ish on our pullback at 770. Don't want to have this, it turn into a losing trade on us and plug. If the market's going to turn, I've already made a bet on Tesla here to the south side, so it would be a little bit ridiculous to not have at least a break even stop here on PLUG. So as good as it's been, 750 up to that 790 move. We talked about $8. Of course, being the next resistance. Still have a stop to go long if it breaks, but we're going to take this one out at break even on plug if it goes. Brennan, what do you got?
We were just talking about the tech sector being a little bit weak, guys. Intel just noticed back at pretty decent level here. 57.30 to 57.40 was support over here, was support again, bounced off that. We're coming back to it from below. We talked about Intel obviously a lot last week with the Apple announcement, so still a little bit weak. Some of the semis as well in negative territory, leading that overall group to the downside today, guys.
You said downside there. I'm going to give you one that we've dug into, and we talked about this over and over again. VXRT, pullbacks into VWAP, continue the downward trend. Short here at 9 is our average price the entire time. Between 9 and 9.10, we've been basically getting shares in that range. 8.50 was the ultimate target off of the open. We will take a bunch of shares out as it gets down towards that price, but we are looking to see it take out the low, and I will maintain the short position through the low of the day. I will add on pullbacks. We've had a stop at 9.30 the entire time above VWAP. If it ever breaks, fair enough. We'll see what happens there. I do want to get you guys to Tesla, though. We did get triggered into Tesla. I still am looking at the top end as a breakout price, 9.87. Same thing with plug at $8. But we are now working into that short in Tesla. See if it can't retrace to the pre-market high on the way down to VWAP. Again, this market running up to this 9,900 level and kind of looking like it could be out of steam just a little bit, guys. So you do want to watch out here. There's definitely a room to break on this name here in Tesla. One more. We do have a short still in BHTG, and I should be a little bit more excited about this one, but I only have one target, that $3 mark. I will take only a third out if it breaks, and then I'm adding at a 3 even break. So as good as this one looks right now, short 324 in the money, 20 cents on a $3 stock, I want more than that. I got a seller here on the offer. I've been dragging it down at 310. It was a little bit higher. It's been moved down to 310 now. I want to see if we can add to this position on a $3 break. I will take some offer, a 20-cent win, but I'm looking for much, much more here. The stock has done 76 million, so you can be more active on this one instead of just holding on to the trade while it's in the money for you. I'm going with the hold. We got the right direction, I believe, in BHTG.
Okay, guys, and also we are looking to get long. We just did get long right now on electric coffee, so we're in and out there. Long 48s, I guess, there, and out 49s. A little crazy right now. We will look to get Jeff Mendel on board soon on electric coffee from the OTC market. We'll have a quick talk. See how that's going for them over there now, as well as electric coffee right now. Making some moves to the north side, needless to say here. We'll see if electric coffee can make some money now. Going to the upside. Wow, there it is. 52s. Okay. We'll just wait to see 9 million plus shares now on electric coffee and still going. So we're trading in and out here a little bit on the name. So we'll just wait to see if we can't get some money to go. My microphone is no good. I don't know. Looks like it's not.
Yeah,
If
let
they
us
can't
know
hear me,
if,
that's,
if we're having sound issues. Can you
yeah.
guys hear me? I don't know if you're hearing Sean there, but if you guys can hear me, I actually got some locates on Luckin for the first time here, so I'm going to start looking at this name to see if I can play. I'm never comfortable if I can only go one direction on a stock, but now that we have it in the OTC, we're going to get those shorts in and see what we can't do with them. We do have a few positions in the money right now, and one of those is our good friend INO. It's making another run here at VWAP. So once again, look, we've been saying all morning long how well this 28 level has been held. As it continues to hold this one, we're now looking for it to break VWAP. We've been long at 28.20 the entire morning. It's been in the money 50 cents, been in the money 80 cents. We've already taken that. We don't want that on INO. We've seen the bigger winners last week. We're looking for $1, then we're looking for $1.50, then we're looking to go long if it breaks out the opening range. That's at 29.75. We were going to break it at 30.25 before, but now we're looking at this 29.75 for the break. There goes our first target. Thank you, INO. I wanted to hit the floss all morning, but I've reserved it for INO, which is one of our best stocks, I think, to the long side last week. So quickly take the 70 cents there. Average price still 28.20. I'm looking now for $1.50. And then a break of the high, and who knows where INO is going to go if it takes out 29.75. Certainly a test of 31.50, which is a pre-market top, could be in the cards.
Yeah, good trade there. We're waiting for INO to break above as well, 29 there. So it just tries there. We didn't get in. I forgot. I took that order out. So mistake on my part. But yeah, LNCY now moving. We do have some shorts now. So if your broker doesn't, you may want to contact them and see if you're able to go short side. We've just been picking some longs here. Nothing too fancy on LKNCY right now. We'll wait on that one to see if we can't make some money back on that name. But right now, guys, the only long that we have. So look at this Nikola out, guys. I'm gonna talk about this because this was a good trade for us. Nikola right now will hit the air horn. We get out as it breaks through 70, so we don't absorb any of this loss. You take the profits when they're there. So that's an alley-oop there. Nice out on Nikola, $70. So in down there, out there, one of my top stocks today. As you guys can see, the board just keeps on getting bigger and better for me. The money is here right now, so we're really happy how today's turned itself around. Apple wasn't in for us. We did get out at 357. We'll wait to see. We do have our guest trader of the day coming up, and we do have a new sponsor for that. We'll talk about that when he comes through. But right now, yeah, just chilling out, looking for some opportunities, guys.
Yeah, I was going to tweet out there, but not tweet out, but message out there in Tesla. If we close the next 3 minutes above like 982, it's going to be hard to hold on to the short side of this trade. What a good out this actually turned out to be on INO at 29. So every single time it's burst through, there's been an opportunity to take profit and then go long on a pullback. Thankfully, we do that here, so we're definitely still in the money on that name. But Tesla, if it holds above this 982, it's going to be hard to see if we can't get through that. And it might be a long before 987, and I might take this one off. And now, we're already exposed to the long and plug. So it's not that we have to add to the position in Tesla, but I fought Tesla before. You saw what happened last week. We had a fantastic short on, had $7 in the money, wouldn't take it, and then ended up being flat on the day, and then we just continued to go upside. So I don't want to get caught in that trap fighting Tesla too hard here, but it's 11 o'clock, and that means European update. Let's go to Valeria.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is in positive territory at this hour, just Russia down 0.12%. Britain is up 1.35%. Germany is up 1.53%. Spain is up 1.71%. And France is up 1.24%. British oil giant BP announced that it's going to sell its petrochemicals business to UK's privately owned company for $5 billion. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you, Valeria. Yeah, Europe's been a spicy one. We have Wirecard over there, and we have a bunch of stuff happening. I've just made a bunch of trades here on Luck and Coffee, but it's just still hovering around here. I know a lot of you guys don't have access to pink sheets, but we are making some trades here on this to go. So we're going to wait on Luck and Coffee here, just trying to get some trades out. We're using OTC Link, so that's been a big one for us. CCL, though, on the other side of things, guys, we are bouncing around. You guys know we have that long. You can see on the board right now, CCL 18 cents in the money, and Workhorse right here as well, just hovering around. I think Neil's got the more, I'm not watching Tesla, but I think he's got the more exciting one right now. Although Workhorse, there it goes, guys, to the top of the day. It's exciting, I guess. This is pretty exciting. Right now, Workhorse going 220 now plus in the money. To the upside goes Workhorse, guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Tesla and asking myself, why do I want to fight Tesla once again? You sort of look at the three here. We caught this one on the way down. We liked that sort of breakdown trade, but we'd resisted this price right here, that 977 pre-market top, this level from Friday. This is what you're hoping to fade into and chew through. So you could give it the high of day, but I'm sitting here betting on plug to the long side and watching us on the three now close above this sort of 982 range. So it's one of these trades where it's going to be hard to fight this one. I don't think it's reasonable giving it the entire $10. I think we should reasonably only give it the 3 or 4 because you do have this resistance point or sort of support level that it's trying to get through. And I might just, if we break here, double down long on plug and then see if we can't take a break as well on Tesla through 987. It is the 87 break that I like much better as opposed to just simply going long in front of this little support. So I'm going to take off half the position in Tesla, split the difference, lower the risk profile on the trade, as opposed to just getting it all out and then throwing out the plan. You don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, as they say. So I'm only going to take out some of the position here, maintain the short, still give it a little bit more to the upside. I am still looking to dig into some plug because that's holding up rather well here. So I am still long plug right now at 776. It's holding that 770, so take half of the Tesla off. Load a little bit more shares into plug if we can get them on the bid, and that's going to be the structure of my, I don't know, we call it the electrical car play. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but we'll stay net short some Tesla at least.
Yeah, your boy's been hammered. I'm not hammered now. Been hammering.
I hope not.
Tesla, or not Tesla. What am I even doing? Workhorse today's been a big one. But coming up, guys, don't forget about this one, stock splits. If you want Neil to point to stock splits, make sure you watch that video there. He's showing
That's like the third time we've used that, by the way.
I don't know.
We need another
It's better
thumbnail,
than
guys.
mine.
I'm like, want me to point
serving
another
up stock
direction or
splits on my
something?
hand.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's okay. Rob and Lucas there with the nice graphics. So that's coming up, guys. If you need to know more about what's popping off, stock splits should be the name of the game there. So that's coming up very soon, guys. I don't know. I just took it off the board, but then they did it too. But that's coming up after the show. Check out our Market Wisdom channel for more on stock splits.
Yeah, and just like I said, I'm going to take some more of plug, and I get it's a contrarian play being long one, short the other, but I do still have a stop at 770 on plug, so it's a relatively tight stop on the pullback. If Tesla wants to go, we can lose $2 on the first leg and try and make 510 on the second half. I think that's prudent given the strength that we're seeing overall in the electric space there. I want to go back over to our good friend VXRT. And we're about to go to the guest trader of the day. Before we do that, I've taken another leg out at 875 and now still maintaining that short position. Every single time it comes down, we're going to take some out, and then any pop, we're going to get more shares in. We haven't had a pop in the last 15 minutes or so no re-entries till about $9. But it is that time of day. Let's go to Brendan to introduce our guest trader of the day.
Hey guys, yeah, we are very excited because brand new starting this week, as you can see, this segment, guest trader segment, sponsored by Lewis Daniels Watches. So every single person who's going to come on as a guest trader of the day, you can come on and join us for the last hour of the show. You're going to get a Lewis Daniels watch from the UK delivered right to your front door. Nothing required other than your address, and we'll send you a free watch right to your front door. So send a request if you would like to participate in this segment to marketing@tradertv.live. Marketing@tradertv.live will get you on as a guest trader of the day for the month of July, sponsored by Lewis Daniels Watches. We're so excited to have Lewis Daniels Watches on board. Thank you to everyone over at Lewis Daniels Watches, and let's get some people some watches. Let's bring on our guest trader of the day for Monday. Obviously, it's not July; it's still June. But starting today, that means Gar Paul joining us today. Also going to get a Lewis Daniels watch. Gar, are you excited?
I think I picked the perfect day to be a guest trader.
There you go. You are guest trader number one, getting a Lewis Daniels watch. So hope you're excited about that. Interesting day to say the least in the market so far. How's your morning been?
My morning's been all right. I'm a little bit red today. I'm down 0.7%. So I mean, not great, but it could be a lot worse. I've had worse days, so.
It's
just looking forward to seeing what.
Yeah, there have been some kind of whippy moves, a little bit choppy, depending on what stock you were looking at. Let's get back to the market here. We'll bring in Neil and Sean.
So, Gar, welcome to the show. How do you like the price of free? That's the first question I got to ask you.
It's always a price I'm willing to pay.
If you get stock for free, you're definitely going to take it there. Look, so it's going to be an exciting day. I want to quickly jump in. We try to ask if you've been trading a little bit. You mentioned being a little bit red on the day. I'm going to be red for sure if Tesla can't get to the downside. But what names have you been looking at so far throughout the day? Maybe one or two of your trades. What kind of stocks are you trading this morning?
Yeah, sure. So I have a smaller account. I'm under PDT. So really my red, well, first off, I started green over the weekend on Friday. Post-market, I bought some SPXU. Basically, it's a COVID play. Was expecting things to kind of reflect that on Monday. And it did actually go a little green within like the first half hour, and that's when I got rid of it. So I actually made some off of that. Markets are doing well now, which of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? And then I tried to short DraftKings a little bit, but I got stopped out there. So that's where the red came from.
Okay, I mean, definitely good to get a little sense of what you're watching here. Oddly enough, we haven't traded any DraftKings today. It was a great short off of the open, and I think, if you did miss out on that one, that's why I probably haven't jumped in. I checked it a couple of times to see if it can consolidate and then roll over through VWAP here, and then a couple more times through 3240. I'm probably going to take a shot at DraftKings if it gets below 3180. That's what I was looking at about 950. It just hasn't happened for me yet there. So I'm going to try and be patient with DraftKings. I know there's always opportunities there. But I just got triggered into Virgin Galactic, and wow. I had this one written down. I actually tweeted this morning that Virgin Galactic was the name I wanted to heavily trade, and then missed the opening short. It finally made a test of the low of the day now, rolling over through 15. So you're going to see me now work a position to the short side in Virgin below the 15 mark. So that should be interesting. Before we get you over to Sean here, Gar, where are you calling from this morning?
Beantown, Boston, home of champions.
Okay, so I have one thing to say about this. I knew the answer before I asked it. I am not happy whatsoever that Cam Newton is signed in New England. Why? Because I hate the New England Patriots. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and that is not good for us at all.
No, but it is good for, I believe it's good for the NFL anyways. Cam Newton, obviously strong, well-voiced player. I was thinking maybe even Kaepernick might go over there, but you know what? It's nice to see him in Boston. Good on you guys, but me and Neil used to have Buffalo Bills season tickets a long time ago. So yes, I do have some loyalty there, but my Packers have nothing to worry about as the Bears will be the Bears and the Lions will be the Lions. So that's okay. But Gar, yeah, welcome to come on here. Lewis Daniels Watch is going to be our first ever sponsor. So we're really happy to have that on. We will be in touch about how to get that watch to you, and then we'll be flossing them on the show as well. So that's very, very exciting. How long have you been, do you mind Gar Paul or Gar, first of all?
Gar, just Gar.
Gar, okay, Gar. How long have you been a fan of the show for? Or maybe how long have you been watching? I hope you're a fan. And then tell everybody why you like the show so much, and we can move on from there.
Yeah, sure. So I think I've been watching for about a month. I started about the very beginning of June. So first episode, or first stream, I should say, kind of just hooked me in. I think I found the channel. I was looking up something, and I needed help understanding something. And I think I found the Market Wisdom channel first.
Right.
And that kind of just naturally led over to here. And I think it was early enough in the morning where I caught this stream. So that was how I found the channel.
Sweet. Yeah, we're really super happy. Today, I think it's a good day to be our guest, Trader, because I think today we're smashing records. So I did want to say thank you so much to everybody. We just hit the 50,000, and today we've had, I think, our highest spot at one point, 4,700 or so people. So it's been a big show, needless to say. But yeah, we're still looking at some stuff here, guys. CCL has fallen back. We're waiting for 1550. I have very small, again, that same 10% on. We'll hold that, but CCL today has been a big stock for me. We'll wait to see what it does. We're still long here at 1576, going long side in Workhorse. I have that stop. Where's my Workhorse stop, guys? 1384. So we come down below here. We'll get out of Workhorse. Wow, that went all the way to 15 and change. Woo-hoo on that one. Looks like that's coming back down. We'll check back with Neil. Are you still in Tesla? I hope that's coming down for you. Looks like the market wants to come down.
It's not moving, but I'm literally about to tweet out the Boeing chart for you guys. Look, you can have an idea, and I promise you this, there's a really good chance that throughout the next 3 days with that news of Boeing, the test flights, I think that's very, very bullish for them, certainly. So it's one of those things where I'm going to try to get these structured long trades. You had this top end of the range after it broke out at 182. I've made this trade before and had some big wins when it has this set up in Boeing. We grabbed the long, we got the pullback. But if it breaks your stop, you just got to get out. And honestly, you could be sitting here holding, instead of taking $1 loss when your upside, to me, if you broke 185, is about $5 to the upside. So you take the dollar hit, no big deal. But if you hold on to this and get stubborn, you're like, it'll hold a 180. You're just throwing away an extra $3 that I don't think is relatively necessary for you to execute a good long through a breakout at the top. Of course, we probably should have been involved here when I put in the higher low at 177. But you got to make sure you learn from those losses, guys. That's what it's all about here. So when you have a red day or when you have a day where your read isn't good, you manage to either mitigate the losses or you have a flat day. Every day that you're not right, but you're in and around that flat, I think is a good thing there. So I want to shout out Gar, because when you mentioned you were only down like 0.7 or whatever it is, One of the things that I've noticed on this floor is the guys that can have some days that are basically around even or slightly down or slightly up, and that's what constitutes a bad day. Believe me, you're headed for the right direction if you can control your losses in that fashion, Gar.
Awesome. I like that.
So I want to go back to one name that I was talking about a little bit earlier here. Boeing, you just saw go to the downside, but looking out at American Airlines, look at it hold. You're seeing the market run to the upside as I'm now watching Tesla. Remember, I'm giving this to 987, then I'm reversing to the long side if it ever breaks there. Probably going to be a better trade at an 82 pullback. But with Tesla, you can't fight Tesla, and I've done it like 2 days in a row. I got away unscathed on Friday. I don't know that it's going to happen today, but we'll see what happens if it takes 987. American Airlines is now basing out and holding 1270. This was that opening range break. 1265 and then 1280. So this is a decent price to see if we can get a secondary push on American Airlines. I'm probably going to be looking at a break of the high of day again. So call that 1310 is where I'll go long. 1308 currently is the high, but we like those round numbers. So I'm going to wait for 1310 to break on American. To break to the long side, guys. I still, of course, am betting to the long side in plug, which is a little bit counterintuitive. We did pull back and get this 975. This is why. I mean, Tesla's running against me. That means plug's running for me. So like I said, they're kind of going to try to offset each other here. But I'm going to take things out in plug as it goes toward that $8 range. We're still going long break at 8. That's been the plan all morning long. I am not deviating from that one bit. But these pullbacks at 770 have basically been free money. Brendan, what do you got?
CAN F here, guys. Big spike in CAN F, up 20% now. Look at the volume coming in behind this move. It held $2 for most of the morning. Going to check on this one, but CANF on the NYSE ARC exchange off to the races here, guys.
Yeah, I'm not even too sure about that name there. So we will check in on CanF. Thanks, Brendan, for that. We are now confirmed. I think it was 11:50. We'll be having, was it 11:50, Brendan? 11:50, we'll have Jeff Mendel on from OTC Markets. I've already made 66 trades here on Luck and Coffee. So we'll wait to see on that one as that's coming through here. Now able to trade up to 10 million shares on the day. Luck and Coffee looking like it breaks through 150. Gar, do you normally do a lot of research on the names that you trade, or do you just kind of like hop in, sort of like what we're doing? Brendan just comes in there with CanF. I'm not familiar with the name, so I'm going to step back, wait for the news to come fold, see some charts, look at it. Do you normally step right in? Are you like one of those aggressive kind of guys that just needs that action, or are you more likely to trade 3 or 4 names that you're comfortable with, you know, like a CCL for me, or Microsoft or something like that, or do you just sort of jump in to whatever the flavor of the day is?
So actually for me, it's a mix since I'm limited in my day trades. So when it comes to my day trades, I do try and catch some of the more aggressive movers in that day if I can. But when it comes to, because I try and swing overnight from day to day as much as I can. And I actually signed up for a trial on Benzinga. Great news feed there. So usually I'll have some kind of research done on there. And from what I find on there, I'll go to Google and see, you know, just look a little bit more into the company itself and see if I want to go in that way.
Okay, yeah, good. I mean, that was the thing. Find a trusted source, right? We have one, obviously, here we use the Refinitiv Icon platform, so very similar to a Bloomberg. And then, of course, we have Brendan dropping the knowledge to us as well. So, yeah, that's been a big one for us. But Benzinga, not bad at all. For me, I only know the platform that we have, which is that Icon terminal. So that's been good for us. And we'll do maybe a special on that as well. Brendan just crushing it with that platform. I don't know that much about it, but I do like to know what names are going to be trading. That's why this morning we had our watch list out. Facebook was a big time trade for us. It's my only losing stock really today. Oh, someone asked about, am I out of GPS? I just saw that. Hell yeah, I'm out of GPS. Come on, guys. You know that we don't hold this one. GPS, a winning stock for me today. We go long at 1260. We take it out. Then our last final piece, 1256. And guys, if you're having a problem with the board, just look at it, man. I mean, the board down there will tell us our positions right now. CCL, Luckin, Coffee, and Workhorse, the only positions your boy has.
Yeah, and watch out. There goes Tesla through 87. That means we'll reverse to the long side, and plug just tested 8 even. So as Tesla breaks the top, plug is testing the top. And like I said, we got the pullback at 775. We took it all out in front of 8, and we're going to go long more if it breaks 8 even. So I'm not done with plug. We'll take a pullback to 75. We'll take the long through. We just stopped fighting Tesla, and now we're going to go to the long side. We do think onto that 87. This should be a nice little march, at least approaching 995, which was that first stop on the way to 1,000. But Brendan has something for us. What do you got there, bud?
Another one to go into that group, possibly, guys. Graph here, GRAF on the NYSE here, up 17%. Volume coming into this one as well. News out on Friday. You can see about halfway through the last hour of trading on Friday. Big pop on this name, up to 15. So this is a holdings company. Part of their company deals with electric vehicle sensors. So they're talking about possibly reverse takeover that would see the sensor business go public, guys. So GRAF. Also, nothing I can see on that CAN-F at this point. Might be today's chat room pump flavor of the day, guys.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay, so we are out. Yeah, I mean, look, pumping of the day. Look, we don't pump stocks here. We go over and trade the names that we can find liquidity in. So I think Graph would be a good one. Let's take a quick look at that CAN-F as brought to us from Brendan not too long ago. 3.49 million, gets as high as 244 there. Let's check out a daily chart just for you guys that may be interested in this name. This is why I want to talk about this. 260 has hit a couple times. Watch out for 260 on CAN-F. Good name there, Brendan. We will look for that one to break through the top, but right now just chilling. First hit alert on Luck and Coffee. We were short here, 48.49, out 54 there. Again, just because of the nature, if you are trading OTC markets, you got to be super careful there. I was trying to punch and get out of this one. Sometimes what you see is not what you get. We will talk to Jeff Mendel coming up very soon, but I did want to congratulate OTC markets. And again, if your broker does not have access, tell them you want access to the pink sheets. Look, this is JCP, JCPNQ, I believe. Also, here's JCPenney, 7 million shares on the pink sheets as well. So a nice little move up. 20% on JCP today, also on the OTC markets.
Yeah, we'll dance it off. I mean, Plug just keeps on going to the upside. You cannot stop this one today. So pullbacks at 770. We've had those all morning long. 750 original break. Just got long on a break of 8. We'll start taking profit on the way to 8.25. It just feels like when you catch a trend like this, there's no point in fighting it. Just join the party. I'm not going to hunt for shorts. Up 18%. This is one of those names. We'll ride the trend until we get a big time sell action coming through. Otherwise, it's just going to be long side for me on PLUG. Over in Plug, of course, I still have INO to the long side, guys. We've based out and basically held around VWAP this entire time. You're just not seeing the runners in here. So for me, no reason to add to this position. If it's going to break out, it's going to break out. It's going to have to be a little bit later on in the session. And at this time of day, it's 11:23 here, getting close to that lunchtime hour, the HFT hour, which is three hours on that we like to talk about. You don't want to overtrade here, guys. So for me, I love INO. It was great last week, but that's old news. We've already made money on it, but if it doesn't want to take out the top, we're going to stay away from this one in terms of just blindly adding around VWAP here, which is crazy to me. But I want to get back to you here for a quick second, Gar. You talked about the trades that you put on. Of course, you are under that. You are under the PDT rule, but if you do have extra trades on in the day, is this lunchtime something that you would avoid normally? Let's say you were looking at a setup that you might have liked off of the open or something that you wanted to be buying. Would you maybe take a step back to be entering a stock at noon or 11 o'clock? Could you primarily only take trades off of the open? What is your style when it comes to that?
When it comes to a stock that I haven't been following, I'll generally avoid middle of the day trading. But if it's a stock that I've been following and I know if it's hitting a certain level that I should hop in here, then I'm not afraid to trade it whenever.
Okay, that's what I like to see. I mean, we have a lot of people that'll come on here, right, Sean? And it's like nobody is trading after 11 or 12 o'clock. I mean, we do take trades. Of course, you can see the position more. We have all kinds of trades on, but you're certainly not as rapid for us being day traders. That 9:30 to 9:30 to call it like 10 o'clock or 10:15 rush that is obviously always very, very good for all of us here. But there's other ways to certainly trade these markets, guys. And I want to quickly jump back over to Virgin Galactic. I didn't update you guys on the short that we did take. It's basically holding the bottom end of the range, so there's not a heck of a lot to see here. I am short 14.74 as an average price. I do like this one all the way back into VWAP. I wanted to be short this name this morning. I did unfortunately miss that breakdown trade, the first one, and I didn't really like this test. We had above 15. I wanted it back below to catch it on the way down. Someone just said I'm the INO whisperer. Yeah, well, I'd like to yell at INO to get going, guys. I mean, I'm not happy with the lack of bigger wins on INO today. As good as it's been, don't get me wrong. when it wins or wins. INO was so fantastic last week. If it takes a top off, I do love it. Tesla, after breaking out through 987, I finally stopped fighting it, and now it's slowed down heavily. So I'm long plug in the money. I'm long Tesla in the money here, guys. BHTG, we've reloaded on that one. We got a short here at 312, I do believe. Yeah, about 312. 320 is my stop on BHTG. So we have a couple of shorts on Virgin Galactic, BHTG. VXRT's been in the money all morning long, and I'm only adding if it gives a significant pullback.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to get INO long. I don't know why my order didn't even go. It's still waiting there for 29 even on INO. So great call on that one, Neil. That one just keeps going upside on INO. So if you guys are there, I'm just trading luck in here, and it's just kind of going back and forth and not doing anything. So I've been losing here. It started off okay when it was down here in the 40s, but look, we've just been going back and forth, paying fees, losing a penny here or there. But it's been a good name, 10.4 million shares today. Not trading that well, but INO, yeah, busting through. No idea how we missed that one. And there goes Workhorse. So Workhorse hits it, and we get out there, 1380. Good little trade there for Workhorse, guys. Coming up, I'm going to hit the coming up button, guys. And this is for you, Garpal. If you want to know anything about stock splits, join us and our community talking all about stock splits here. We will be dropping that at 11:55. So if you guys are interested in stock splits, have a quick look at that, guys. I'll take it off the board. There we go, guys.
I'm going to hit to the moon because I was literally complaining about INO like 2 seconds ago. And Gar, you are good luck for me. And Eric, I know you were just talking about it, I think, on the chat. But INO, I apologize for my chart here. I'm having a bit of an issue. I can still see my quote here, but we are having a bit of an issue. So you are seeing me execute out in front of that 29.80 high. I did get out for, look, it's going to be that $1.50 winner that we're looking for. Now, the problem for me here is going to be, if it is going to break above, and we have this quote problem, my stop is going to be looking for that print above. So I can't actually see where the price action is right now. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel my stop to break to the long side. I already gave you guys, I like it through 29.75. So if it's already gone and you guys have taken that trade, congratulations. I think it's going to be a good win for you there. I want to jump over to BHTG because I was just mentioning the reload on this stock in front of 320. Now, you can give this one all the way to 330 here. That's obviously a good level. That's where I started shorting this one for the second time. It held $3. We took some out in front of there. I'm going to take shares out in front of $3 once again. So, if I'm going to be getting back in front of, 315, 320s as entries, I'll take more shares out when it gets to $3. Still holding the net short. It's been a retracement play all morning long for me. That little pullback, it couldn't break 420, which I probably still have in order to go long that I can probably cancel for the 420 breakout. Doesn't look like that's going to be in the cards unless something crazy happens this afternoon, which you never know. I might get into that one a little bit later. But our good friend Gar, I just want to quickly ask you here. You said, and this is unique actually, I don't recall anyone ever answering the question of how do you find us being through the market wisdom page. So, just out of curiosity, when it comes to learning about the markets when you're brand new, is there any particular topic or any one thing that you were hung up on or that you think was the biggest hurdle for you in your learning that maybe you could share with some of our viewers here throughout your journey?
Sure. So for me, the biggest hurdle has easily been FOMO. There's been so many times where I just want to hop into a trade because I see the crazy action on it. And there have been times where I haven't been able to hop into the trade, and that's been a blessing. And then there have been a couple times where I have been able to hop into the trade purely because of the hype, and I got burned for it. So FOMO, it's definitely something that haunts me every time I click, the buy or sell button. But that video wasn't around when I found you guys, but I did watch it, and it's definitely, I think, a big hurdle to most new traders.
You're absolutely right. And to be perfectly honest, we have a gigantic list of stocks, Sean and Brendan, that we're looking at topics we're looking at to do for those videos. And we jumped FOMO to the front of the line when we did do that video because I'll be honest, everybody gets FOMO from time to time. I've had it happen to me before. I had it happen to me on INO last week. We were just trying to catch that upside so much that it feels like I was always chasing those longs a little bit too aggressively. Now, when a stock's doing what INO has done, you can get away with it. And I think that's sort of sometimes a bit of a problem when you get parabolic moves like last week. This is just a daily chart here looking at INO. you catch trends like this, and for most of the way on the way up, you can be chasing it and getting bad prices and breaking all your rules and getting paid off for it. One thing I always caution people with is, if the market's rewarding you for bad decisions, that's not necessarily a good thing. Like, always make sure when you're journaling or recording your success, are you following your own rules? And if the answer is no, forget about the fact that you happen to win on the trades, because you can still run into trouble. I just want to quickly jump here to the higher time frame in INO. But to show you why I was looking at the 30-quarter break, if you just want to go into the afternoon, on Friday, this was the level that it tried to hold below. It was a breakdown this morning at that price. That's why originally I liked it as a break at 30.25. I moved that to 29.75, and that's why we got out. So every one of these longs was in front of 28, and then getting out finally in front of that 30. Of course, I'm having a bit of an issue with my quote here, so I can see that we're trading above this $30 mark, but I can't trust my stop orders to be able to trigger here in this environment. So we're going to stay away from INO. It's already been a banger of a win for the long side for me. No need to force things at this lunchtime hour. BHTG is one of the 3 shorts. Check that 4 shorts that I have on right now. This one is holding at $3 even, and as long as it does that, I'll take a bunch of shares off in front. I'm not going to add on a break. I tried that once and it didn't work. I'm only going to add in front of this 330 level. So I'm only shorting pullbacks now on BHTG, not going to short the breakdown. Of course, I'm short at 18s here, and I'll still have some on board if it breaks 3 even, at least half my position. So there's nothing wrong with hanging on to what you have in the trend as opposed to always aggressively adding. If this wasn't 11:30 and this was 10:15, I'd probably add to the position on a 3 even break, but no need to do that. Tesla in the money $1, but I mean, if I don't get $4 or $5 out of this trade, I don't really see any reason to be too excited about it. But here we go, now up $2. If I get a 9.90 break on Tesla, I feel like that's going to be the juice needed to push us back up towards another 1,000 test. And then from there, I'm looking pullbacks in 97. I'm looking at a breakout at 995. So let's see if Tesla can't keep going. Still long plug, still long Tesla. Man, you cannot fight these electric car companies here. They're just all going to the upside. Fundamentals be you know what.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. I guess that's why I didn't get triggered in there to our INO because of the quote issue. So, okay, we're going to look at something else now. Let's check out JP Morgan. How do quotes look on that one? I think it's just, is it just stuck NASDAQ books? No. Okay, so New York stocks look to be fine. Okay, JP Morgan right now, looking at that name, 1%. Let's check out WFC quickly. Normally, this is a little weaker than JP Morgan. Both almost exactly 1% today, so 1.28%. WFC looking like 25.70 on the break there. I did want to take Facebook through 216, so we will wait to see on that one as that one's moving around right now. Facebook was a 210 long that we gave to you guys early on, so we'll wait to see how that one wants to move. But right now, WFC moving around. Oh, we can check out Twitter. Twitter's a big mover today, obviously due to some of that news. 29.70. What's the high today? 29.84. So we'll wait to see if we can get above this level here on Twitter. I do like it. We're well above the moving averages, and it looks like we're trying to crack right now 29.60. Let's go long small here. 29.61 on Twitter, guys.
And BHTG, another leg, we just broke that 3 that we talked about. Didn't add to the position, but as it bounces off 285, I do take some shares out there. 89, 90, 92. So you get a 318 short. It's a little shy of that 10% that you're looking for. We'll take those 20, 25 cent wins if we can get them. And then every pullback here, forget about 330. We're likely to only be adding between 05 and maybe 15s, as I might slide my stop to the quarters. It's been a good trade for us here, so I don't want to throw the baby away with the bathwater, but I also want to think about the time of day and switch up my risk a little bit here. I don't think we can use a 330 level. We'll slide our stop down to about 320, 325. That'll be manual, of course. I have a little bit of issues with our stops. So everything we're trading now is going to be manual, no automatic triggers for me. That brings me back to Tesla, which is basically flat for me right now, and Plug is the same story. So we get this break to the upside in Tesla, with the market trying to take out 9,900 on the NASDAQ, right? So we're having some trouble at that mark. Tesla's trying to hold the breakout. It's been in the money a couple of bucks, not taking it. It's pulled back, not getting out. So I have to watch to make sure we hold above this 985 area. If we do, fantastic. But if it breaks down, I'll just get out of that one and hold on to Plug, which I think is a bit of a better hold through our 770, which is holding right here at $8. So that's still in the money on that Plug. Brendan, what do you got?
Just a note on Workhorse here, guys. Broke below 14 there again on a decent volume spike, but also there's been a few of these today. We talked about the Russell Index change back on Friday. Workhorse was one of the ones being added to the 3,000, the Russell 3000. So 2 or 3 of these names today up on the day as they're getting added to the higher index, guys.
Right. Yeah, can't forget about that one. Okay, we're going to take Workhorse again. It looks like the quote problem is fixed, so that's good. So we'll wait to see Workhorse back above 1390 or so. We will take that long now on Workhorse. And yeah, I'm leaving Tesla alone. I lost $600 on it on Friday, so I'm going to leave that one alone for now. But right here, we are looking at Workhorse going long once again. Luck and Coffee, I've sort of slowed down, but I've already taken 100 fills. We just passed the 100 fill mark now on Luck and Coffee, just looking to scalp back and forth. But it's been a good day for us, needless to say, as we continue to look for more. Look at this Apple long. Man, I got to hold this, but there's no way I knew the market would be up this much. 359. Look at this Apple long down here, 354. Our best out, 357. So still a $3 winner, but climb. And then my Facebook, the one I tweeted out and gave to everybody. What I'm getting short on LNCY here. Was 210.50. So welcome. There's that little quote break that we had. 216 and change to the upside now. Facebook looks like it still wants to rock and roll, guys.
Yeah, I'm back into INO here. So look, it did make this nice little move. Apologies for the gap in the chart, but you're going to see finally it possibly breaking 30. I'm a bit blind here, but I'm going to take the secondary long. We did already like a couple of levels when you sort of go back here. We're already talking about that 29.75 as one level, and then before at about 29.40, that was sort of that secondary lower high that it put in. So I think you give it to that on a dip as your first looks. Tesla is flat for me, that long trade, but we just added INO, of course, which is already one of our better stocks to the long side. So far this morning, I can tell you BHTG is again still holding in the money for us, but no need to go over that one. It's just going to continue to be a hold for me to the short side. Plug, as the market now tries to creep higher and test 9,900, is breaking once again to the high. I'm not going to take anything out till we break 815. I want to see if we can extend this move in Plug. Now I'm going to move my stop from 770, however, to about 795 as it continues to trend to the upside. So the only thing not in the money has been Kitov, which is literally doing absolutely nothing. Very, very sleepy stock so far this morning. With only about 20 minutes to go here, of course, if you're just tuning in now, we do have our man Gar here, and Gar, you're actually so lucky with this watch that you're going to get for free from Lewis Daniels, our sponsor, that we don't even have them yet to show them off. Now we are going to be getting some to be able to show you guys on the show, but I do hope when you get the watch, Gar, if we can trust you to tweet out, or maybe just, I don't know, hit up Sean on Instagram if you're there instead of Twitter, but tweet at us, tweet at the show, and just give us a nice little picture of the watch on your hand so everyone can get a look at that watch when you do get it. Should be very exciting. First sponsor here that we had on the show. Bigger and better things as always. I want to get back to what you mentioned about FOMO, however. Do you have a particular set of strategies or a tool that you might use? I've seen some people put sticky notes, and I say this all the time, sticky notes up in front of their screens, or just have hard rules they'd like to go through, or maybe have a process in the morning to ensure that you stick to your rules. What's your best advice for you at least learning to go through FOMO and beat that challenge? What's been the best thing that you've had in terms of tools for you to do that?
In terms of tools, I guess just having a hard number that for me, I always nowadays need to have a point at which I know I have to get out. And I think Brendan was the one who said this, but if you have your goals set before you go into a trade, you can just take your emotions out of it. So I've been doing that, and combined with the idea that, there's always the next one. There's infinite opportunity. So if you miss this one, there will be one tomorrow. And if you miss the one tomorrow, there's going to be one the day after that. So really changing the way I think, I guess, has been the greatest tool. But in terms of hard numbers, I always have a number set now to where I'll just take my loss. And I've been doing it manually because I have heard there are some nightmare stories out there where stop losses don't actually stop. So
one thing to keep in mind with stop orders is, stop order is simply just a trigger at a certain price. Now, the order that gets thrown out in that case can be a limit order or market order. And I think a lot of people, when they talk about those horror stories, they can be on those market orders. And speaking of the market in INO is bullish once again. So we got the break at 30. We like 30 quarter, so of course, you know what I'm doing there. I'm adding to the position at 30 quarter, not taking off. First leg 30.50 we just got, and now we'll look at 30.75 and then 31. 50 is the high of the pre-market, guys. So I I don't know, I was sort of crapping on INO being a bit of a car crash despite being a winning trade because I wanted bigger and better. Now we're finally getting it in this baby. It only took till 11:40 for INO to get going, and it's certainly been worth the wait at this point. So Eric, I know you're on the chat here. Eric Meadows, one of our longtime watchers. I hope you got this one because usually you're beating me to the punch when it comes to prices on INO, and I'm back on board, baby. Here we go to 31.50. We're in the money deep already, about a 50-cent winner to add to our $1.50 we had before. Testing 31.50. When it breaks that price, yeah, I'm going to be going long on a breakout again, guys.
Yeah, I have FOMO on that one. My call was 30 long, and yeah, we were going to take some shares on that one. But like we mentioned there, we missed that one. We had quote issues. I'd have no idea it was even up that high. So good trade there, Eric and Neil, as we go. We are now short lucking again. You can probably see that on the board, I hope. Short 11.46 now. We'll see if we get some 42s out here. If we do that, that'd be pretty nice. Nice little win here on Luckin Coffee to go. Jeff Mendel coming on soon, and we'll talk all about this name, Luckin Coffee, today. Moving over 11 million shares. A nice little success story there for OTC markets as we go. But Gar, is there anything you're looking at right now, my friend, as far as stocks go? Any setups you like right now?
So I guess I have two stocks that I'm looking at. The first one is Boeing. I actually picked up on the FAA news, I think on Friday or Saturday, but I didn't know exactly how to play it. So I just sat out for pre-market today, kind of regretting that one. But there's also Hexo, the wheat stock. And today it's been up, which it usually doesn't do. So I'm kind of looking at that one to see if that's going to last further out today. And I'll make my judgment call probably after hours today on whether or not I'm going to enter that one as well.
Okay, good call. We just get into Workhorse right now, long. Once again, looking to break through 14. Workhorse long right now, 13.95. What'd it be?
A few more minutes, guys. 3-4 more minutes, and we're going to have our latest educational video coming your way. This one all about stock splits. Yeah, if you're wondering what on earth is a stock split and why does it happen, check this video out when it comes your way again. 3-4 more minutes. Check the chat. Valeria is going to send out the link and check out that new stock splits video. Lots of great information in that video. Let's check out another one here. I was just mentioning Workhorse added to the Russell 3000. Here's another one, VERU, guys, 14% today. This one added to the Russell 2000 as of Friday, guys.
Okay. Lots of stuff being added, so that's good. Yeah, Twitter, we're in that one. We're going to wait to see what happens. Give it to 29.55 on the downside there. Workhorse, we did take some out for 15 pennies. Now we're going to wait to see if we can get back up to this side here. Again, 14.35. We're not trying to hit the home run. We'll get some out and hold the third again if we can. So right now, 14.25 on Workhorse, 14 penny winner. This has been a beast, a monster, to say the least for me today. So we're going to wait to see if this electric car company wants to keep going, but it's been a Nikola, Tesla, Plug, INO kind of day for us today. You can see all the profits at the bottom, guys. Everything's been quite nice, except for Facebook, which is embarrassing because we did call that long off the open. We'll look to see what Facebook wants to do after this is all settled down. Only down 0.17, considering all the ads and whatnot that got dropped and all the companies that are not loving Facebook. Really surprised to see this one hold up pretty strong here today. What up, Callaway Jones missing entry on PDSB. Okay, we'll look at that, but Callaway Jones, another fan favorite, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to add, look, I don't even have that on my quote board, which is probably going to be a mistake if you're looking at a Callaway, but certainly going to be looking at this one here. How do I miss a $23 million stock? It's $3, and it's a runner, and it gave you, are you kidding me? It pulls right back, does an opening range break, and then pulls right back into that same price, and then bounces on an absolute dime. What a good bullish setup there on PDSB. You're gonna have to see why I did missed out on that one as well, Callaway, but a good look. We're all trying to learn together. You can't catch 100% of these moves. It's just simply impossible to do. And sort of along those lines, obviously being under that, the PDT rule and have the limitation, Gar, is going to be one of those little checks that makes sure you narrow down the number of stocks that you're looking at on a given day. But have you ever found yourself caught between looking at, say, 5 different setups that you really, really like and knowing you're only in position to maybe take 1 or 2? What's usually your determining factor in that situation? How do you decide between 2 things that look equally good, but you can only take 1 of them? Do you for us here, we can just maybe split it up into 2 positions, the risk that we use. But for you, you might have to pick between one or the other. what would be your process there? The stock you're more familiar with, the price of the stock? What would you do to make that determination?
If it came down to two stocks where I was equally unfamiliar with, I'd probably just zoom out and see what the history is, and see if either stock has been at this level previously. When it comes to stocks I know versus don't know, I'm not really sure if there is a bias there, actually. I think I care more about the setup itself, and just knowing the stock already will help me be more comfortable with the setup. But if I see one stock that I know, is doing okay, and another stock that I know has a really great setup, then I'll just go with the great setup. But speaking of great setup, I did hop into INO with you guys, and I am green on the day now. So
you
thanks
better
for that.
believe it. Let's go with, you know what? It's the button I have here right now. So you're going to like this one, Sean. It should have been my Mortal Kombat. I had already hit it before I had a second thought. There's that 3150 we're talking about. So, throw another $1.25 into the pocket there. As 3150 breaks, we're going to see where we go next. This was a big level we're looking at this morning. So a couple of longs. We had the long in front of 28 that was good. We had the long break at 29.75, 30.25. Those have both worked. I can tell you that to the upside on INO. It's been a fantastic party. It seems like a couple of people have been saying in the chat, and Daryl, I know you were one of them, this time of day, there's that secondary breakout. So you always want to make sure you note what that opening range top is. And when it gets taken out, just join that little party until it's wrong. I'm going with this long in INO, and it's been the gift that keeps on giving. We've had some shorts that have been ugly for me. I don't know what's going to work out here when it comes to Virgin Galactic. I did like this short off the open. I did miss that trade. We put it on when it broke down 14.75. But at this point, it's been able to hold VWAP. I don't know how long that's going to happen if the market keeps testing to the upside. At some point, if it breaks, I'm not going to hold space through VWAP here. So if it breaks 15, I'll be out of Virgin Galactic. I'm short at 74. It just can't seem to go upside for me or downside for me, guys. Despite the fact that it's holding low on the day, my stop is going to be right here at $15. Virgin just doesn't seem to want to go for me. But did I hear that we have Brendan?
Nope.
Oh, no, sorry, apologies there. We don't have Brendan there, so my bad. I want to get you back to one other name that I am still holding on to for dear life. And I'm going to hit the catapult because I haven't used the catapult this morning for BHTG. And again, this has not been a difficult trade in terms of breaks down 330, obvious opening range breakdown, reloads in front of that same level, take profit in front of $3, take profit when 3 breaks. Now we're just hanging on. We got 318 short side. It's at 284. I don't have any targets past this level. It was at $1.65 if you go back to Friday. So there's plenty of room for us to continue this downtrend and fill this gap into the downside. And I'm going to hang on for dear life in BHTG throughout the rest of this afternoon, guys.
Yeah, and again, my biggest miss there, I mean, we're traded INO. We only trade in the morning. We had those quote problems. I wasn't long, and we tried to get long that 30, so good little look there. We are going to be joined very, very shortly by Jeff Mendel from OTC Markets. I'm going to tell him all about how we've been trading luck in today. He'll probably be happy with that one. A lot of good names, man. We also talked about JCPenney here, and we'll find out if Jeff has any other names that he may want to divulge with us. But you can see here 11.2 million shares. Luck and Coffee, the first day over here. I've just been back and forth and around. All the greens, of course, are buys. And then if you see it, anything purple, let me see if I can, these are short sells, anything purple. And then see, that's like a short sell and out, short sell again and out, and then in and out there for flat. And as you can see now, it just seems like it wants to move to the upside. So Luck and Coffee, a nice successful debut over here on the pink sheets on the OTC markets for Jeff. So a nice little successful launch here today. And Jeff, congratulations. You are now on board with us. It's been a while, my friend. Thank you for the tip here on Luckin on Friday. We did know it was going to be delisted from NASDAQ. Thank you for the heads up. We got it in our system, and it's been a nice trade. And otherwise, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, I think I need a haircut, that's for sure. Other than that, all good. It's been great watching you guys trade Luckin all morning. You know, we got a couple other names that are decent volume today as well, too. You know, if you want to check out CYDY,
sure.
That's up about 10% today. GBTC is down about 3%. 10 cent, another one of those ones that just trades all the time. But Luckin Coffee is leading the way today. It's down about 10% from where it was trading on on the NASDAQ as recently as Friday. I think it's trading around $1.25 right now with, I think, almost 10 million shares traded already. So right now, things seem to be going pretty well. One thing that you do want to watch out for is this company still has not reported. And I don't know if they will. So right now they're trading under the pink limited, but we might actually have to drop it down another tier. But we'll see. But like I said, love to see it trading.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sorry, Neil. Yeah, no, it's been great. I have already, Jeff, 113 trades on it. So we're hitting this as much as we can. And thanks for the update there. You can use OTC Link as well and get access to a lot of these prints. So that was one thing that I did want to bring to everybody's attention. One name that you didn't mention, though, and it's going to be a surprise. I have no idea in the volume today. But if you're looking to get Nintendo, this is a big stock. I do like this name, Nintendo, today. Only 45 million. JCPNQ, Jeff, another name here. JCPenney up 23% today, doing 8.5 million shares. So a nice little run for JCPenney. And a lot of these have been a lot of success coming over to your platform. And there's been a lot of news. Hertz, we'll see if that one can go as well. But right now, a lot of different names heading over. But you do have those big guys, including Tencent. We just showed Nintendo. Roche as well. Gives a lot of traders the ability to trade some ADRs. They may not have access to European flow. So a name like Adidas is over there as well. Roche and then Nintendo, Tencent. A lot of opportunity over there at OTC.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one difference that we should point out here too is a name like Lucky Coffee, that's now trading as an ADR, just like it was on when it was trading on NASDAQ.
Okay.
Whereas then you have JCPenney, which is actually trading in bankruptcy right now, and the same thing will most likely be for Hertz, I would say, right? So a company like Luckin, we'll see what happens. I think time will tell. Obviously they're going to have to do some more cleaning up over there, but you never know. It could end up turning into one of those more of a success story when they come over here. They begin to trade and they rebuild and they start putting all the pieces back together. So like I said, time will tell with that. But thanks for the shout out on the other symbols as well there too.
Yeah, the shout out I want to make for everybody is that, Jeff, obviously you're a friend of the show here a little bit. So any names in this environment, you could see a few more of them. When you get these major bankruptcies, a lot of times things are going to go over to the pink sheets. If you're holding a position, if you're looking to still trade it, make sure you follow along because Jeff always makes sure that we know exactly when these big names are going to come over. And then the best trading tends to be in the first couple of days a lot of times, and you don't want to miss out on that. Sometimes it's going to be the best opportunities. That's why you're seeing Sean jump in and out of Luckin Coffee this morning, doing fantastic volume. But it's also worth mentioning, just go to the OTC website to just check volume leaders every single day. Because you come in there, you can see which stocks are doing volume, you can see how many trades per day have been happening, and where there might be some interesting opportunities there. So even when we don't have you with us, and we're glad to have you back, Jeff, I can always just go to your website.
No, it's been great. It's good to see you guys and good to talk to you guys as well, too. But like I said, thank you. And hopefully we'll be doing this again soon with a couple more names that come down.
Jeff, that's true. I can't wait to run my hands through that amazing hair of yours, my friend.
That's
Jeff
the COVID flow if I've ever seen one.
He's doing it for us there. Yeah, Jeff, great friend of the show, of course. Thank you so much. Any predictions on the Cowboys this year?
Oh, my God. Well, we're not going to talk about the Cowboys right now, nor do we probably want to talk about the Bills. I can't believe the Patriots picked up Cam Newton, but we'll see. I think the big story coming out of this will be, will Belichick win with Cam Newton? Who knows?
I sincerely hope not. And I'm happy Cam Newton signed. I'm glad to see him back in the league, but I'm a Bills fan, and I don't want to see that guy in a Patriots jersey. It's not going to be fun. The Bills were going to have the division. Now I think it's going to be a big time battle there. But either way, it doesn't matter because the Cowboys stink, and both teams will be better than Dallas Cowboys. You can take that one in the bank. And if you would like to make another bet, Mr. Mendel, I'm sure we can make another one, and then we can have you in whatever jersey of my choosing. Maybe not an EJ Manuel jersey, but if you want to, just let me know. We can have like a season-long bet, whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. I'll take my Bills over your Cowboys any day of the week.
Well, I think we'll have to have an entire show devoted to that one. So I think it's on for this year, baby.
All right, we will have a bet going on, though, but thank you, Jeff. Let's get back to her. About 5 minutes to wrap. Thank you again, Jeff Mendel, VP over there at OTC Markets. Thank you,
Thank you, Jeff.
Trade on OTCX, guys.
Attaboy. Get that last little plug in there. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Have a good one. And yeah, it's been fun. That's the kind of stuff that we do, guys. Jeff Mendel there, OTC Markets. We got the big hitters on board. So thank you so much for coming on, Jeff. And 115 executions on LKNCY. It hasn't been super great. I mean, I would have loved to look at it early on. That's that kind of move that Neil was talking about, and myself too. We brought that to your attention from $1 straight up to $1.65. If you were looking at this early, guys, you could have had a 60% return there on the day, and now it's just doing not much. But if you are looking to trade luck and get in there right now, guys, the show is almost over. 4 minutes to go, and it's been a good one. We haven't seen Valeria that much, so make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. I just want to do one quick more thing here before we go back to Gar. Stock splits coming up right now. That has been dropped. Check out the link if you're learning anything about stock splits. It happens all the time. Luckin, Hertz, these ones not splitting, but when you do see a stock all of a sudden go from, Chesapeake did it, right? From like 20 cents up to $20. You want to make sure you're not caught off guard with some of your stock splits.
Yeah, 100%. Gar, I want to welcome you back here. And for anyone that has not tuned in the entirety of this guest segment that we've had, Gar is going to be getting a Lewis Daniels watch. Everybody that signs up this month to be a guest trader of the day is going to get a free watch from our sponsor. So Gar, you're going to be getting one. I want to thank you for joining us today, for telling us a little bit about your journey. I'm always impressed when we have guest traders on who just started out and are willing to share their experiences, put themselves out here, be a part of the community. You know how great we love your interaction here. Before we get out of here, Gar, just if there's any one piece of advice or any one thing you want to shout out to our viewers right now as to what you love about the show, just give us that quick little word before we get to Brennan and Valeria.
Yeah, actually, I think the most useful animation you guys have is the gift horse one, because I think about it every time I go into a trade now, and I actually did that with the INO play. So I got out at the high a day, and yeah, so thanks for that. And yeah, if you aren't subscribed to this channel, or if you're not hitting that like button, what are you doing? Go ahead and do that.
That's what you got to do, guys. It's all about, like I say it all the time, you got to take profits. If you got the high of the day, I'm still sitting in some INO, and I took mine out at last at 25, and it got to 62. So I can't claim to have gotten the high of the day like you did. Congratulations. I still have a little bit long here on that 25 break, but we need to kick it over to our friend Brendan. A few names on this board for earnings.
Yeah, interesting names on this board. We'll get to the earnings board here in a second, guys. But yeah, thanks to Lewis Daniels. Obviously, Lewis Daniels watches over in the UK. Every single guest trader that comes on in the month of July getting Lewis Daniels watch delivered right to their front door. So sign up, marketing at tradertv.live if you want to come on and be a guest trader just like Gar. Join us for the last hour of the show. Let's have a look at what is coming up, guys, as far as earnings after market tonight. And before the open tomorrow, there are a few on here that might actually give us a trade. Micron, right in the middle there, Conagra brands as well.
I was going to say, don't sleep on Conagra, because I do like that name. That's been a good name to go. What else there? That's about it for me. Oh, Micron. Yeah, Micron, of course. But I don't want you guys sleeping on Conagra. That has been a good name for us to go. But yeah,
I would watch out for Kitov, only because we've seen that one be in play. It's not very active today. It's holding that range, but certainly going into earnings, I think that will be interesting, of course, being that small cap that's been on the move. I want to quickly say, Joey G, thank you for the super chat there. I am staying net short in VRTX below 925. I'm going to take a break at the low of the day, 850. That's been the case the entire morning.
Yeah.
Neither of those things are changing, but Valeria's got what day it is today. Let's go see what it is.
Hey guys, and hey Gar, thank you very much for joining us today. Guys, you can participate also. Send a request at Marketing at Trader TV Live and join us. If you join us in July, you can receive beautiful and free watches. And of course, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're like around 100 away from 1,000 likes. So guys, if you didn't like our video yet, do it right now. And watch our next educational video. So today is the National Camera Day. Happy Camera Day, production team.
All right. Yeah, that's good. We'll take
That's
that.
the celebration. You guys should be a little more excited, and that's all about you guys back there. If we can get a shot of the production crew at some point, you can see maybe they'll get a little more excited for National Camera Day. Now, for me, I'm the only person in my family who isn't an amateur photographer. My dad, both my brothers, my wife loves to take pictures. I am quite possibly the worst picture taker in the entire planet, so I let other people do the picture taking because it's not one of my talents there. But Gar, are you an avid photographer? Do you enjoy photography, or what's your take?
You know, I have a Canon camera and I regretfully don't use it enough. So I want to be, but I'm not yet.
Yeah, there it is. You're along my lines. We see Shawnee takes pictures all the time, but look, it's been a fantastic show today. Make sure you stay tuned. We are dropping that video on stock splits on our Market Wisdom page, so always get your learn on even when the show is done. Gar, I want to thank you, of course, for joining us today, and don't forget, you will be getting that Lewis Daniels watch, our new sponsor on the show. For the entire team here, right down the line, Valeria doing a fantastic job as always. Where's the heart? No, you got to do the heart. I want to see the heart. There it is. We see the heart, the little Bieber heart action. Sean Contini, my good friend. I haven't seen the fruit salad, but I know it's been a busy day. There it is.
I've sort of just been snacking on it, but I can hit it now. Nice little 10-penny winner on Twitter. So cantaloupe today. We'll have that, Gar. Cantaloupe.
There we go. Love that cantaloupe. Brendan Wickens, my buddy, in the exact same shirt today, like we're twins. But you got the better haircut.
Sponsored by blue shirts and Lewis Daniels watches.
See, there you go. We all got the light blue today, but it is what it is. I'm Neil Roberts. And of course, look at our production crew there. They want the thumbs. They want to look here on the camera. There he is. There's Rob. You can't see there. You can see Lucas there. So there's the entire team. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye, guys.